Black African power. What's good? What's happening? A well organized lie defeats a disorganized truth every time. Woo-hoo-wee, man. You already know what it is, man. It's God killer in the house. And I come to do what I got to do, and I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm standing tall. I'm standing strong. Hey, y'all know what it is, man. Bobby banging this bitch. What's good, family? Man, we got one of them episodes that I know you missed. And let's let the people get in the building, man. A lot of y'all not tuned in to Sarnetta Studios. You know, I'll be going over there doing my thing, man. Big up to Sarnetta, man, for allowing me my own channel over there, man. Let me say this. Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of the pseudo ones. Man, powerful interview, powerful after show talk. If y'all ain't seen it, man, tap in. Scott Hendricks, man, he did his thing. Just what we was looking for. Right there. The conversation. It's where it's supposed to be. Start on Wikipedia and with the experts. Start with Wikipedia and end with the experts. That's how we do it around here, man. Very clear and concise material was showcased. Why they playing, man? Go ahead and premiere the song, man, before we get the show going, man. Reggie jumped up on the panel with that techno babble. Babble, dabble, 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 babble, scabble. Flim-flammery with the fooliship. We got some powerful shows coming up, man. Saturday. Is it Saturday or is it the night? I think it's Saturday. We're going to get it in. Ain't enough people in the building to showcase the song, but we coming. Let's let the people get up, man. Let's get some action going, man. We don't take no daggone questions. You know what I'm saying? Not unless you from the server or you hit that damn super chat. Hit the super chat, man. Show some love. Hit the Cash App, man. Big up to Cedric Ortega, Pseudo Killer Official. Big up to Space Age African. Astronomy Cloud. Anthony Bowman. Big up to Sir Gold, Pseudo Killer Army. JG11, big up to you. Jeremiah Judah, big up. Man. Boy, I tell you. Hell of a road, man, to education. Muddy road to ignorance. I said a hell of a road to education and a muddy road to ignorance. And boy, they ignorant. When we say you can't read around here, we don't mean you can't actually pronounce the words. We saying you don't understand the words you pronouncing. You're not only not understanding the words you pronouncing, you're not comprehending the sentences that the words are in, which formulate paragraphs. Incoherency is the order of the day with these people, man. I got to say it. They downright ignorant. They say, don't throw out your friendship with Reggie. Don't do it. I'm not even mad at Reggie. I said it at the beginning of the conversation when he said Homo erectus had science. And when he said the chimpanzees had science. And when he said the Egyptians had science, I say, man, I'm done. When he read the paper in front of our face and couldn't comprehend and all he's saying was the word science and lost his mind, I say this is not going to be a good one. So I understood right there, to preserve our friendship, I wasn't going to go too far. So you know what? The pseudos always do it. They go too far. They make you beat the brakes off of them. Not mad at them, though. 21,000 in the room, not enough. Get the likes up, man. Share the show. Let them know on the server that we live. And we cooking with hot grease. There's some science in there for you. Ain't nowhere in the world, yo. You mean to tell me Kepler, Newton? I know this man for 15 years, yo. And I'm saying on the internet, right? Been in New York several times. Best guy, man. Honest guy, loyal guy, take care of favors for me. You know, brought me into the house of consciousness because saw that we was always at odds with each other, banging back in them days. Y'all don't even know about them days on Blog Talk Radio. We used to be on a different side, banging against each other. Reggie mediated it at times. He made sure that we got into the house of consciousness. He tried to introduce me to Dr. Ben, but he died. I missed my plane. I was late, and Dr. Ben died. So I ain't got no real serious hard feelings at all about Reggie, man. He just mad because Reggie can't read. He just mad because I got him on this one. He always going against concepts that's grounded in science. Understanding the articles you reading is important. When this conversation started 2 months ago, Reggie dove out the window talking about they ain't had no proto science. 21 people in the room. Come on now, Shay, you ain't got no clout build up yet, bro. I'm just playing the show. You ain't there. You're a hero in your own mind. That's bad. Trust me, you ain't built up no clout yet. You came in flim-flammery, pseudo-ish. You came in the door and got immediately locked up. You know how you put on your clothes, you're like, yeah, I'm about to make my guest appearance on the side of the show. You had your best shoes on. You had your best shirt on. You put your cologne on. You had your jeans on. You probably had your Jordans and you was feeling good. You was like, man, I'm making my debut. I'm going to get my thing off on there. You jumped in there. You started this techno babble, scabble, babble, flim-flammery, happy-bee, babby-bee, babby-bee. I caught y'all coming through the door. It was 3 of them. Tic-tac-toe. I caught 3 pseudos in a row. Perpetrating the fraud is what we say. Acting like they was some kind of promoting scientific literacy, and after they opened their mouth, then we knew. I caught them first day out the door. You're under rush for promoting pseudoisms. Caught them. When they unlocked the door, the alarm system went off. 3 words out their mouth, I was like, man, God dang, I thought they was going to be the next ones up. I say, man, we got some young adults, man, 30 years old, damn, they're not young adults no more, 30, 28, and I was like, man, and they disappointed me, and then they got, man, I'm the gatekeeper. I ain't no damn gatekeeper. Keeping that shit organized, making sure the pseudos don't get through the door. I'm like the stamper. Either going to stamp you authentic or pseudo. Now, you can work your way out of the pseudo division, but there's files created for the almost bomb squad, because now here they ain't a squad no more. Fell apart early in the game. Either stamp you authentic or pseudo, because this thing we built without you. We built this thing on knowledge. Not the pseudo knowledge, not the elders' knowledge, not the knowledge that you think is the knowledge and the flim flam Madam Bavelsky knowledge. That ain't what we built this thing on, man. This thing we do right here, man, we built it off of rigorous academic standards. This thing y'all looking at, man, we built it on beating the brakes off the pseudos. And man, I remember when the first elder got called a pseudo. It was on the show on Blog Talk. My man, Clyde Winters, was kicking the pseudo. He said, there's a 10 million year old bowl in the Americas. And that young buck, Ngozi Ngozi, you may know him as the man, said, he's a damn pseudo. I said, oh, he didn't call the elders a pseudo. Is a new sheriff in town. And then we all knew what the hell we supposed to do. So we break the tradition. The elders are no longer the standard. These great men of renown are no longer the authority. That's why Reggie in trouble. Reggie in trouble because he hanging on their toenails and he hanging on the end of their coat. And he just hanging there. He being dragged in the mud. If he ain't careful, he's going to lose his position. Reggie has a very awkward position in the community. He is the go-between. He is the bridge. He liked the Muslim Empire. It was the bridge. But I don't think Reggie can cross that bridge. He connect the old to the young and the young to the old. But he bringing filthy pseudo baggage with him, and we not having it. Or get beat up. I'm not willing to throw out our friendship, but I'm sure as hell ain't gonna allow our friendship to put me in position to protect the pseudos. Them days is over with. I don't got it in me. Now, he can be mad at what he want. I ain't bashing him. I'm telling the truth. Although he went to my YouTube enemies and lied. He did lie. He straight lied. I never said Reggie couldn't get a job. What I said was, and find Reggie fashion, you know Reggie, he'll whip the damn degree out on you immediately. You can be on a damn street corner having a conversation out of nowhere. The degree pops up. Pow! You be like, damn, you carry it around with you? You can be in the middle of a conversation on Sarnetta TV, Sarnetta Studios, Black News 102, and the nigga saying, boom, here's my degree. I say, damn, Reggie, you don't need a degree to be on Sarnetta TV. But he bring it out anyway. So this last time he brought out the damn degree, and goddamn, I was tired of it. He brought out the degree. Blam! I say, Reggie, the degree is 50 years old. I said you can't get no damn job with a 50-year-old out-of-date degree. I say, but you can go get the proper coursework, right? Because you are intelligent, right? And bring your thing up to date and get a job. How the hell did he leave all that out? Remember, he threw the degree at me and told me I needed a degree to be able to have reading comprehension, which is outright ridiculous. He also makes the claim that he is a damn scientist because on his degree, it say bachelor's of science. Man, give it up. I'm going to say this real slow. This man actually think he has a degree in science because he has a bachelor's of science. Man, somebody go tell that man what the hell is going on. Somebody, because he ain't listening to me. Now, this is what Reggie said. He said, he ain't my friend no more because friends would allow them to tell them when they're wrong. He's right, but the nigga should be looking in the mirror saying it to his damn self. Reggie, I'm telling you, bro, you're messing this up. African science don't mean science. African science means traditional ecological wisdom, which was the pillar of traditional African societies. Nile Valley Society, Western Central African Society, Khoisan South African Society. Some had math at high levels. All had technology, engineering. That is traditional African wisdom, ecological wisdom that they call proto science, my nigga. Or African science, homeboy. We got 40 in the building, man. 40 in the damn building. And we can't get this man to understand that, man. Show some love, man. Show some love. Y'all got to show some love, man. Y'all got to show some love up in here. Hit the like button. Right? Before we play the video, man, let's go ahead and debut. Let's debut it. Got to debut it. We got to debut it. Man, we got to debut it. We got to debut it. Because somebody got to stop Reggie. Somebody got to stop him. Man, hit the Cash App, man. Show some love, man. Want your questions answered, man? Hit the chat, man. Man, y'all gotta know what it is, man. I'm trying to help. I'm trying to make my points here, man. I'm trying to help the situation, man. At this point, man, we just joking. We gonna just joke, Reggie, until he get himself together. That's what we doing. All right? Not trying to head the scholarship. He left me with that. He don't care. Not his friend no more. I'm not listening to you. I'm still your friend, goddammit. But this is something we got to say right here. We got to understand what's going on, man. Sometimes let the music play. Let the music say what you can't say to your friend because that's your man. And sometimes you can't tell your man to his face, but sometimes you got the music that'll help him understand. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Let's debut Reggie. Bro, hate to tell you, man, but you scamming. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're scamming. Reggie scamming. You're causing people to scam it with you. You're scamming, and I know you like scamming too. Hey, Reggie scamming. Feel the rhythm
Man, good friend, brother, you scamming on this. I can't believe that you actually got a degree and can't read them daggone articles, man. I'm confused, confusing the community, and all I ever was doing was teaching the family of how traditional African thought worked, how they was able to reach levels of high society, of high innovation, and is the pillar and the foundation of what would crystallize later on called science. You came in and you bullcrapped and messed it all up, got me in fights I need not to be in. You made me go to the experts. I had to bring out the thermonuclear high altitude bombers for no reason. I had to blow you up. It's like dropping a bomb on an ant for no reason. Crazy work. All because I said that indigenous people had their own knowledge void of anybody else, no white people around, that they did it on their own. That wasn't enough. Then you said I disrespected the elders because I said Diop's brought interdisciplinary studies to the field during a scientific conference and changed the field from calling the Egyptians some outside people to indigenous Africans, but got things wrong? That's dogging the elders? Nah, nigga. We got to break away from y'all, bro. Like, we no longer thinking like that, bro. You can't hear what I'm saying because your blackology has you mystified. You think I'm saying that indigenous people didn't have nothing. That's bullcrap. We would not be here today. There is no science without the work of the indigenous people. There is no pharmacology without herbology. There is no math without early exploration into math. There's no technology without 350,000 years. There is no calendar without the 160,000-year-old Pinnacle Point moon cycle calendar. There's none of these things. There's no Egypt without the indigenous tribes. There's none of these things without our damn people, but yet you disrespect them. I stand on the shoulders of the elders. I'm not looking at them staring them in their damn face, and I'm not looking at their damn feet. They got it wrong, they got it wrong. They got it right, they got it right. We will take the things that they got right and move it forward, bro. That's what that is. We ain't trying to hit the authority of the damn elders. Y'all can go ahead and take that crap and promote all the wrong things and disrespect the elders. Y'all gonna stop disrespecting the elders. Y'all gonna stop disrespecting indigenous African culture. Because that's exactly what you're doing. It's disrespectful when you make up something that the people didn't even do. It's disrespectful. Or they didn't go to the moon. They ain't thought about that. They thought about other things. Man. So let's get this thing cracking. Tell you what though, Reggie, you're definitely scamming. Yeah, when you say we know that proto means first, obviously not. They didn't. They said proto meant before. Man, shut up. Ignorant shit. He stayed ignorant. Got the first caller. What's up, Reggie? What's going on?
Hey, brother Ankh, how you doing, man?
I'm chilling. I'm enjoying life without the word proto science. I think it's proper for the conversation, and I love it. I love it.
What does that mean? I love it. I love it.
Like we don't gotta talk about science no more. I love it. Because we don't gotta talk about science no more. We can just talk about what they actually had and how effective it was in making them great civilizations without other people. I love it, bro. I think this is a great place. Reggie, we want to thank you for actually putting us in that position, yo. I appreciate you, bro. Good work.
Yeah, Ankh, me and you, we cool. We just have a intellectual disagreement.
Not no more. I agree with you. Remember?
No. You don't agree with me.
I do. I agree. They didn't have proto science. You're right. We're not going to use that.
Okay.
I'm not agreeing with you, Reg.
Good. So the question is, did they have science?
No. Why would they need science, though, Reggie?
Okay.
I'm asking you. Hold on, Reggie. Why would they need science if they had their own thing before the word was even invented? Why not? What, you didn't know they made themselves great before people started talking about science? You didn't know that?
The question is, did they have science?
Nah, they had traditional knowledge. I thought you was gonna get up here and give us some Egyptian words on what they was doing. That's what I kind of thought.
No,
Not,
I will actually I will get to that,
Okay.
but can you give me a source
For what? I gave you all the sources.
African science is not a science? Can you give me a source that says
I
African
did,
science
Reggie.
is
You
not
didn't watch
science?
the presentation? It
No, you conflated.
I didn't conflate anything.
You conflated with modern science.
No, I didn't. No, I've never done that, Reggie.
Wait.
Y'all did that, not me.
No, don't. Let's relax.
I am Reggie. I never did that.
Source.
I never did that, Reggie.
Show me a source where
Reggie,
African science.
Reggie,
Did
y'all
you say
talk about the source. Y'all talked about the whole source in your show. I'm not over talking. That was the source.
What was the source?
Yeah, that was the source. We read that whole document.
Yeah, who wrote it?
The Nigerian guy, Olamo, I can't even say his damn name. He's a Nigerian. We read that.
Right. So in his abstract, right? He didn't say African science is not science.
No, he said it was traditional stuff.
Yeah.
He said you shouldn't put that together like that. He also said that too.
All right.
So
Okay.
anyway, what's your point, though, Reggie? Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, no, my point is, do you have a source besides that source? Because
that's not my conversation. That's you and Wishman conversation.
Where in it? No, whatchamacallit? Where is? Give me a source where Egyptian science, African science is not science. A direct source.
No, Reggie. Wait a minute. So you back to science again?
Oh,
no. When you say African science, you're not talking about modern science, brother.
No. I'm not talking modern science. I'm saying
okay.
Science.
So whenever you use the word science, it's talking about modern science.
No.
Yes. It's a modern idea, Reggie. It is, Reggie.
Science sits on itself, and
no, it don't, Reggie. There is no science in the time period that y'all talked about. There is no scientific method yet. People have their tradition.
No, I'm not talking about the scientific method. Right?
Well, there's no science without the scientific method. There's no modern science without that. These things come.
No, that's modern science, but
that's all we're talking about when we say
science is not.
Reggie, we're not talking about what you talk about. You made your own
argument. You're not going to do that for me.
We're doing it. Reggie,
okay, so let's do it.
Listen, Reggie, for the record, you talked about me in proto science. Let's have that conversation. I'm not going to sit up here and play with you about science when you don't agree with it.
Bro, I got a degree in science.
Bro, I don't want to hear that, bro.
Goddamn degree in science.
So now that means you lost, though, Reggie. Now you throwing in a 30-year-old degree. For what reason, Reggie? How that make you?
You mentioned my 30-year degree because I'm older?
Reggie, it's 30 years ago. Why you bring this conversation?
Wait,
I'm not doing anything.
Wait.
I'm saying you acquired that 30 years ago.
years of work experience. You want to get rid of that?
Reggie, hold on.
You want to get rid of that?
Now, let's be real, Reggie. You got rid of it because you throw it out there in the conversation.
No, I ain't get rid of it.
Reggie, we on Sonetta TV, bro. Nobody needs a degree. So you can't.
Nobody needs a degree.
No one needs a degree to have this conversation on Sonetta Studios, bro. What you talking about?
Okay.
Right.
Okay, so let's do this by the numbers.
What numbers? You don't want to do it by the numbers,
bro. Give me the history of the word science.
That's in the 1900s. Somebody invented that. In the 1800s, this is the invented word scientist, when you start having scientists. So you can go back to Latin with the word science, yo. The Latin ain't got nothing to do with African.
So let me tell you, since you don't know, right? The modern English word, because it's an English word, science, derives from the Latin scientia.
I said it.
Itself, don't cut me off.
No, I'm saying I said that, the Latin, right?
Right. The Latin scientia. Well, if you said it, I'm gonna say it better.
Oh,
it's itself from Siri, right? That's the root word. It means to know, which historically denoted organized, demonstrable knowledge rather than exclusively the laboratory-centered practices of the modern era. Who said
that's what we're talking about, though. That's what I've been talking about.
In class,
don't change. Hold on, I'm just saying, don't change my conversation though. Don't change mine.
You're arguing only that there only exists modern science, but the African in their context, in their time period, was in fact doing science.
No, in their context, they was doing traditional
show me a
practices.
Show me a source that they were not
Reggie,
doing
I done
science.
showed you 10. How they going to do science before science?
Reggie talked.
Hey, Reggie,
Now I'm
how are they
asking
going to
you-
do science before the scientific method, though?
You know why?
Why?
you
Why,
can't
Reggie?
Show me a source.
Why, Reggie?
that
Reggie,
wasn't
come on,
African
Reggie.
Science.
Come on, Reggie. There's no such thing as African
You
science.
can't show me a source.
Reggie, when you say
where
I
it
showed
wasn't
the source,
science.
Reggie, that's you and Cedric conversation.
I don't
What I
talk
will
to
tell
that
the-
dude no more.
What I will
Don't
tell the
mention him.
audience,
I
what I
won't
will
mention
tell
him.
the,
That
what I
had
will
no
tell the
respect.
audience is this, brother.
Okay.
It is clear when you say African science, you talked about traditional customs and traditions of indigenous African people. You don't mean modern science, Reggie. So why are you having a conversation with me? Am I
modern
correct?
science.
What?
When,
What you saying, Reggie?
When it applies to modern science.
When does
but
it ever apply to
wasn't
modern science?
Modern science because it wasn't laboratory. They didn't have the instruments, but it was in fact science.
So how is this science without the scientific method, without the instruments? Nobody had that, Reggie.
Scientific method.
Reggie,
You're not
so
going to
you
win. You're
Reggie,
not going to
Reggie,
win with me
Reggie,
on that.
hold on, Reggie. So you basically saying the Greeks practice science, Reggie?
You said what?
Are you saying that the Greeks practice science, Reggie?
No, yes.
Okay, and I disagree with you.
Okay, so then there's our.
It's called natural philosophy.
I was just going to say the same thing.
No, I'm not.
I couldn't hear you. I couldn't hear you,
King J, stay out of this for a second. Okay, show me a source.
You're part of the conversation. I'm not paid to go back and forth.
Okay, then King J, show me a source. Do it for Ankh. Do it for the team.
Come on,
show me a source that Egyptian science or African science did not exist. That it wasn't science. Show me a source,
sense, bro.
Show me a source.
Don't make no sense.
Well, by definition of the word, Reggie, if they didn't have science, if they're not if the separation of the metaphysical is when I start to see science around the 17th century.
Show me a source. I don't want to hear you. Show me a source.
As far as when they started separating the metaphysical from
I don't care about what you think. Respectfully, show me a source. Because if you're not showing me a source, it's just
here you go. I got. Here you go. Here's the sources right here. I don't know why you talk. You can't be talking to me like that. I knew you.
Yeah.
Definitely ain't talking to me. Can't be. Can't be.
Protected by the.
You can't be. All right. Here you go. Here you go. Companion to African philosophy. All right. You got Horton, 1993, Patterns of Thought in Africa and West Africa, Cambridge. You got UNESCO, 2021, Science, Technology, Innovation in Africa.
Yes,
Afrobarometer,
right
Youth Education and Development in Africa.
2020.
Say the scientific revolution. You gonna ask for a source and gonna talk to me?
Okay, wait. Why would they say,
bro? Hey, bro, that's the source that conveys the ideas, and I'm telling you.
It says science.
What is wrong with you, man?
Technology and innovation in Africa.
Here go my academic sources right here, bro. So you know what? Since you haven't read them, and I have. Don't talk to me, Reggie.
Wait, show me in line. Show me in line on UNESCO where African science is not science.
Reggie, so this is my point I want to make. And King J, please get into the conversation. Don't let Reggie bullet you off here. Listen. So me and you understand this, King J. We clearly understand that you have philosophy that predates science. See, we know this. You also have what they would call what's it called, yo? Before chemistry, it's called alchemy. There's no debating over whether alchemy predates chemistry. So nobody is having chemistry before alchemy. See, we understand a lot of thoughts. No one is having science without philosophy. So if you ask me if there's African philosophy, of course it is. But what they're trying to do is they're trying to make science just pop up out of nowhere. Right? And then when you say, okay, let me help you transition to these thoughts where everybody did, then they want to deny you. So my thing is very clear. If you deny proto-science, you deny them being the first and you deny them being the fathers of, okay, you're doing it. Not a problem, not an issue. So once you do that, and I say, okay, let's take it off the table. Let's just deal with it in its environment. We're going to do a whole show on Africa and its environment. We're going to talk about deer. We read the works of Deere. Easy work, brother. As a matter of fact, he says that you're doing something. What he says is you're trying to take what the Africans was doing in those different cultures, and you're trying to put it up against what they doing, what modern people are doing. It makes no sense, brother. Keep
I'm not doing
the
that.
apples with the apples and the
I'm not doing that, so we can move on.
You are doing.
Anyway, show my screen. Anywho, show my screen.
Where you at, King J? Because I'm not doing. I ain't back and forth with Reggie.
I'm here. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, I'm here right here with you. I agree. It suggests that the African mind is different than the universal mind. Instead of. So I definitely understand that concept. When the brother is talking about, so he asked for the source. So the source that I would give the brother is the ICSU response to UNESCO 1999 through 2002. It's called the 1999 World Conference with UNESCO. It talks about modern science versus traditional knowledge. So that would be the source that I would give you, Brother Reggie.
Okay, fine. Maybe I could add it to the stage because you're not going to do it. So why is Cambridge, University of Cambridge, the Department of History and Philosophy and of Science, why is that university saying ancient Egyptian science? Why does a whole university say that ancient Egypt is one of the early civilizations that have left written pictorial archaeological records of its culture, including medicine, mathematics, and astronomy? Working with these sources can be immensely fascinating and satisfying, right? But at the same time requires stamina, the willingness to leave our modern categories and concepts behind in order to engage with those of a civilization that flourished 3,000 years ago, right? So why does it do that? I'm gonna give you another source. I'm gonna give the audience a source, because you're saying that they were only doing spiritual blah 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 blah. But in fact, unfortunately, that's not what the universities say. That's just what you say. So let me go to another source, Bookmark Manager, and let's go to science. And let me just give you another science. Well, because you're talking and I'm demonstrating. So let me go up to science. Come in. No. I got to go to science and pull it up. 1 second. Where is it? It should be maybe at the bottom because it's new, but otherwise it should be, let's see. Come on. There goes science. Oh, there. Thank you. Shoot. Okay. A new model origin life. No, that's not it. So, right. Okay. No problem. Just go to my history. Let's go to my history.
What's going on? What's up, Joe? What's going on, brother?
Okay.
Peace, everybody.
How you doing, man? What's going on?
Okay. So first, let's.
Reggie, hold on, Reggie. We're not doing.
Reggie's not doing it. Reggie could get off, right? So
right, bye, Reggie, bye.
He got a source. Let him read the source. What was the source?
Listen, man. I'm not getting up here going back. Reggie crying. I'm doing my show the way I'm doing my show, Reggie. I just want to introduce Joe. You can't handle that.
Right. I just want to say, before
I'm saying, if you just want to leave, Reggie, you can leave. I don't care.
No, don't leave, Reggie.
Hold on, Joe. Hey, Joe, listen. I'm doing my show the way I want to do my show. I'm not putting Reggie off, okay? So I wanted to introduce you, and then I'll let him do. I'm trying to figure out what the hell he's doing because I had to go somewhere for a minute, right? So if you want to play this game and run and play this crazy game, he can. So how you doing, Joe?
I'm doing good. I had a question for everybody on the panel, but I wasn't sure if Reggie was going to touch on what I was going to say or not. You want me to just ask the question and then let Reggie do his thing or what?
No, don't answer the question. I just wanted to introduce you.
Okay. Peace to everybody.
Okay.
Peace.
All right, what's up, Reggie? What you about to do, Reggie? What is you about to do?
Oh, you're letting me up. So in 1916, they were wrong about when they were talking about science.
You said what?
In 1916, right? Because I gave you the origin of the word science. I did that, right? So now I'm going to show you some progression. I showed you a university today at Cambridge that has a whole study on philosophy and science. So now I'm gonna go back.
Reggie did what?
Cambridge University has a whole department on African science.
No, they don't. Not on what you're saying.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, so Reggie, I'm reading the Cambridge History of Science, Volume 7.
No, you can't root me though. You can't root me. You can't root me.
Hold on, Joel, why would you just jump in the middle of what I'm? Hold on, brother.
Because you're rooting,
brother.
Okay,
you having a Tourette's outburst. Calm down. So I'm reading the Cambridge History of Science, Volume 7, The Modern Social Sciences. It says, scholars in this camp argue that science is a very specific 17th century invention characterized by methodical naturalism, the strict separation of the physical world from the spiritual world. So, Reggie, this is your own source that's saying this. This is Cambridge History of Science, Volume 7.
Now watch this.
About that,
no,
man.
watch this. Watch this. First of all, I know you can't show because you're not on the computer, right? Can you show it on your phone?
I'm on my cell phone, but we could do like we did yesterday where you pulled it up for me.
I'm gonna show you how to read. So let's read slowly. I'm gonna show you how to comprehend. Read what you say, read what you said again.
Reggie, what are you talking about? So did the Egyptians practice, hold on. Did the Egyptians practice proto-science or not? You said no.
No, they did not. They practiced science.
Okay, so then science don't pop up out of nowhere, Reggie. That's what you keep trying to do, and science don't have
no. I said it doesn't.
Reggie,
pop up.
prove to me that the Egyptians separated their cultural practices, their temple practices from what they was doing, Reggie. That's all you would have to do, then you would win the conversation.
No, I don't. I already
What do you mean, no? Are you listening to what I'm saying?
He can't. Nobody can show that. I got a question though,
family. So they can't show. Hold on. This for the audience. Well, if y'all agree or disagree,
I got. See,
if they can't show that, then it's not that. Like
no,
that's
your
don't
question.
Fucking talk over me, Reggie.
That's your question.
This leads
to
my question, though, y'all. This leads to my question. What y'all talking about right now?
I'm not gonna be howling, screaming like two old men up this motherfucker. This is what not I'm doing. What I'm saying is, y'all need to stop acting like y'all know what the hell y'all talking about when y'all talk about science. Y'all tripping. I read the source that says when you say science, we're talking about modern science. We talking about the scientific method. We talking about all those things. And when we talk about the history of it, we want to talk about how they got to that point. What system do humans use to kill or slow down their biases, to eliminate their senses, the way they feel, the way they see stuff? What is the best way of knowing how you know? That's what we really talking about here. So you cannot have your Nile Valley traditions, your West African traditions, your European traditions of belief and folklore in it. If you do, then don't worry about it because it's not science. It'll be proto-science, like they have thoughts towards that, but it's not there. So go ahead, Joel.
All right, hey KJ, I'm sorry I tried to cut you off because you went right to where I was going to go. So look, my question to everybody is, when we talk about science, like today, we try to figure out why things are like they are. We're not just talking about how it happened. So when we talk about gravity, they want to get into the nooks and cranny of why gravity is the way it is. If we set a fire, they're not just dealing with the fact that something is burning. They want to know what's the 3 things that went into making it burn. How do you make it burn hotter? Like all these things like that. And that's modern science. The people of old are not doing these things. They're not trying to figure out why planets and the Earth and all these things orbit. They're not trying to figure that out.
Wait, Joe.
You bring a source.
I'm just trying to reason.
You're trying to reason. All I'm gonna do today is give you sources. Show me a source.
Okay. So wait a minute. You want a source that says that the people of old were not trying to figure out how planets orbit?
You ain't got to bring no source.
Is that what you? Hold on. Let me try to understand what he said. You want an article for that?
Do you got a degree in science?
No.
Now you got to have a degree.
No, stop. Everybody, hold on. Let me understand, Reggie. Reggie, what do you want?
Joe, can you give me a
source?
For
what? What do you want the source for? Yes, I will get you a source.
To show that the people of old, particularly the ancient Egyptians, certainly in medicine, didn't ask the questions, why was this happening? And try to figure it out. Show me a source for that.
All right. All right, I'll be back.
He said, "What, yo? Show your source for what, yo?"
Yeah, he set himself up. He set himself up.
Come on, man. You know what, yo? I don't like this.
No, don't get scared now.
I don't like this double. I don't because it's my presentation, brother.
Okay,
you kicked everybody off your show.
Then
so what point are you trying to make right now, Reggie?
I'll do my own show,
Reggie.
And when I do my own show,
Reggie, why are you talking over? What is it that you're trying to do right now? Just do it, Reggie. But I'm not gonna let you take an hour on doing it. Be sharp and concise, and let's move on. My show not gonna get slowed down, but I've already presentation niggas half to death. So what is it that you're trying to show? And just do it, bro. I'm not gonna let you do no damn presentation. Come on, bro. Just do what you're trying to do.
Historians of science also stress the dangers of imposing contemporary understandings of modern science onto pre-modern and non-European contexts. Who wrote that? Proto in 2021, right? He explicitly warns that much of what we understand about modern science can't be easily defined across different time periods and societies, and that modern institutions about science are themselves a source of anachronism in the study of pre-modern science and technology. He thus urges readers to avoid projecting a late modern Eurocentric picture of science backwards onto earlier and geographical diverse practices. That's my point.
We agree with that, Reggie.
Okay, then fine. Then I'm leaving. So African science is still science. It's just not modern science, but it's still science.
Reggie, that's your argument, Reggie. You got Ashe, he gonna tell you the cooking is science.
That's the same point.
No. That's not the point. You know why? Because I read a source and you're talking, you don't have a degree. Oh man, I quit, yo. Hey, you beat me down to your level, yo. You don't have a degree in science.
You know the deer.
To you.
Hey, yo, did you know the deer? Your source you used. He say, man, he basically expresses the same idea that you're expressing right now with that particular source, bro. Yeah. So I say, yo, I like the way they did that. I can agree with them. Like, why they gotta have that though? Do you know how great them civilization was, yo? You know how great Egypt was?
But they were still science.
No, because you keep saying it. You keep saying it. Not because that's what it was, because you keep saying it. They didn't have modern science. And when you say they didn't, then you agree with me. Because that is my conversation. Let me show you.
The Deer article. All right, so you know what? We're not the experts.
No, you are. You got a degree. Remember, you said that.
Even me. No, my degree allows me to pull up sources. That's what my degree does.
All right, man.
Right?
Reggie, did you not write that paper? Hold on. Did you not write that paper the other day?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Let me get Michael. No, let me get Ashe up here. What's up, Ashe? The man that says cooking is science. Go ahead, yo. Did you not say that, Ashe? The cooking is science.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it. That's what the source that I pulled up said. You got to stop. You got to stop.
Oh, shit.
Hold on. Wait. Have some.
Hey, Reggie, I take it back. I am a scientist. That's the case.
You might be. Anyway, let's go in.
Oh, so chefs are scientists.
So what we did was we put up the definitions of you niggas is stupid. We put up the definitions come on, bro. Like, hold on. Like you being ignorant, bro. I'll put you in the back tab, bro. Don't be ignorant, please. Don't be ignorant. Don't do that. Don't do that. I sat quiet as hell. Bro. Don't do that.
Nah, he tripped out. He called him stupid. Hey, yo, you got to get off the show, bro, because you call somebody stupid. So we're not having that type of conversation. Stupid? Yes, we're not doing that. I'm not calling you stupid. You're messing up the form of the show.
Over me as I'm speaking. No,
bro, you're not. Listen, this is what I'm saying, Ashe. We're not playing this game.
What game is we playing?
Just because you got your little channel,
bro. Stop playing in my face. Stop playing in my face. You name call all day.
I did not.
You name call all day.
Hey, bro. I'm gonna move on to Michael Ross. What's up? Get yourself together.
Yeah, you just don't want me to speak, bro.
That's why you're What's up, Michael Ross? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Hey, man, I cash out you because you beat them up today, and I think the elder Reggie know that you beat him up today. Listen, I was watching Reggie's show, and I watched how all of this came about. And the problem I have in this conscious community is when people are wrong, they just refuse to admit that they're wrong. Now, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Unc. I pulled up what proto-science was, and as you was trying to explain it to these gentlemen on the panel, it was everything that you said it was. So then when you proved it in your presentation by beating a dead horse, if I was you, I wouldn't continue to beat this dead horse, because Elder Reggie says this, and I don't know why he keeps saying this, because in knowledge, you can be self-taught. You don't always have to go and get a degree, Elder Reggie. And listen to this, Elder Reggie. If y'all got a problem with white people and calling everything the white man science and the white man this and the white man that, y'all don't take this into your everyday life because you're using something white people made. So it's irrelevant. Like Unc told y'all before, it doesn't matter who discovers this. It's all a human endeavor. Okay, so that's why I came on to say that, to big up to you.
Michael Ross.
Hold on, brother. Yeah, I did mention you.
Everybody spoke over me when it was my time to speak.
Hold on. Hey, Elder Reggie. Yes, I mentioned you. I watched your program. You didn't allow the other person to speak when he disagreed with you. You kicked him off the show. You said easy like this, removed him. So, hey, man, listen, bro. Listen, if we're going to use modern science, y'all know that what y'all calling African science, y'all know it's not modern science. And that's what I'm getting from the brother Unc from watching all of y'all presentations.
I'm not saying it's modern science. Stop lying. I'm saying it's just science. I just read you a source where it just says you shouldn't conflate it.
Okay, so hey, correct me if I'm wrong when you said you don't want to use, because you called it proto-science, right? Yeah, and they said don't use the word, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so you tell it. This is what I got from the presentation. You saying if we're not going to use science, then eliminate all science about it and call it for what it is.
Right. That's it.
Okay. So why are you still using science, Elder Reggie?
For that. See, look,
all you got to do is read the definition of what proto-science is.
You know what? When we have disagreements.
Let me read proto-science to him.
When we have disagreements.
Hold on, Reggie. You go next. He's Reggie. Then Ashe gonna go.
It says proto-science. Hold on, brother. This goes to the point that Unc was making. He says proto-science is a field of study in its earliest stages of development that, while not yet fully established as science, uses scientific methods and may eventually become a recognized science. Okay? Y'all keep trying to make it African.
No, give me the source.
Hold on, brother. Y'all keep trying. Hold on, brother. Hold on.
Ross,
y'all keep trying to. Hold on, brother. How you an elder and you ain't got no decorum? Hold on.
Come on, Reggie. Come on.
Because I am an elder. I'm older.
Okay, well, hold on. Have some decorum, brother. Brother, have some decorum. Have some decorum. Just have some decorum. Listen. So how are y'all gonna keep saying it's a science, right? And then I read proto-science, and y'all keep saying Unc is wrong, and he just said it's in its early stages. And it says it ain't became, let me read another. It says the bridge to science. Proto-science is often described as undeveloped or pre-science that, if verified, can become a standard scientific discipline.
Right.
And that's all he's saying, and y'all arguing it. I don't understand it.
Okay, so now I'm talking. Give me the source for that.
Man, Ashe is next.
Yeah. Like, you crazy.
When you read BS and you don't,
it's a definition.
We can check. I didn't say. I said when you read BS.
He read the definition.
All I'm asking you the rules, or give me a source for that.
It's a definition, Reggie.
From where?
It's a definition, Reggie.
From where?
Reggie, it's a definition. You don't. Now we gotta source up what a definition is. There. You was crazy, man.
You have it. No, now don't call me crazy, yo.
You crazy.
Okay. All right, let me. And I'm glad that the.
No, hold on, Ashe. Check this out, Ashe. If I mute your ass out and put you in the bottom, yo, that's where you at. Right? This ain't your channel. This me. Same on your thing. When you mute me out and put me down there, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. I gotta respect that. You can't do that, bro. Stay where you at. Stay in your lane, right? I'm not saying you. Hold on. I want to be fair. I'm not saying that you ever put me in the box, because you haven't, right? You let me get my thing off. But you started name calling, and it's gonna trigger me, yo. We're gonna mess up the whole show. Because I'm never letting a nigga name call me. So what I'm saying is to keep let me speak. Listen, so to keep the decorum, this is a great show. So I'm just telling you what it is, bro. I ain't trying to lowball you. I'm just saying what it is, yo. So go ahead, get your point out, right? Let's keep the healthy conversation going. It's a good conversation, bro.
All right. This is why you need to allow me to speak. I get the whole domineering thing, but this is why you need to allow me to speak.
The whole what?
Because just like I'm glad what the brother just said before he left, because I wasn't saying it in regard to the conversation y'all was having, saying y'all are stupid. I was just saying, just like we in the hood, bro. I'm like, just like man, you crazy, bro. When I spoke and everybody spoke at the same time as me, man, y'all niggas crazy, man. Y'all niggas stupid. That's how I was saying it, bro. I wasn't saying it like, oh, y'all are stupid. I was just saying, like, y'all crazy, man. Y'all stupid, man. It wasn't nothing to be highlighted, bro. It was just because everybody was yelling and talking at the same time. It wasn't about nothing that was even said. That's just
okay. So, what's your point, sir?
That wasn't even the point I was coming with. Now, this is what I want to pull up real quick, bro. This is some examples of proto-science, because I think even now proto-science is being misinterpreted as this, whatever, even bro trying to, proto-science refers to a new area of knowledge in the process or of becoming established as legitimate science, following scientific principles but lacking empirical conclusive testing. Examples include historically evolving disciplines like alchemy, the precursor to chemistry, Wegener's early theory of continental drift, and modern fields such as memetics and string theory. So we can see right here, proto-science does not necessarily mean it's old. Proto-science actually refers to something, to a new area of knowledge, right? So we see alchemy is here, continental drift is here, astrobiology here, memetics is here, string theory is here, cryonics is here, cybersecurity science is here, astrology is here. So these are all examples of proto-science, right? Now, if I was to, science, is engineering and technology proto-science, or is it an example of utilizing the scientific method, of the modern scientific method, which you would consider the modern scientific method?
Technology is not science. They built the pyramids. It wasn't science. It was technology, bro.
Can you have technology without science?
Yes, obviously.
What?
They did it for hundreds of thousands of years. You bought the article at 77,000 years where they had technology, yeah, I'm saying, of making mattresses that actually kept goddamn bugs away, yo.
So okay.
How you gonna have chemistry before alchemy? So proto means the first, regardless of regardless of the time period. So you can be in Africa and have a proto thing that will later on become this. I don't know what the problem is with that. Y'all get me confused. Reggie came and did a whole presentation on how not to use quote unquote proto-science. But there's a specific reason why Deere says this. He says, when you use proto-science to draw a straight line back to Europe or something like that, and modularize what those people was doing, that's wrong. I never did that. I never did that. That's my point. So the author actually agrees with us. He talks about when actual modern science is. He talks about that. And he says, why not just use the words of what those people used? I feel like what those people was doing raised them and elevated them to the level. Without all of that, they had their spiritual system in it, all that, and they was fine, yo, to the point where right now in Africa, 70 to 80% of the people still don't practice evidence-based medicine. What's wrong with that?
Right.
Well, why when I'm going through, okay, for example, when I had my debate against King J, you told me I was misappropriating, I was putting things in places they didn't belong. And like I told you over at the frontier, I'm gonna say it here again, nothing is coming out of Ashe's ideas. These are not Ashe's independent views. These are what the archaeologists and the anthropologists are saying. The archaeologists and anthropologists are the ones saying that this is a quote unquote African science. And these are the ones who are saying these people 77,000 years ago are participating also in science. So it's not me saying this. These are the respected archaeologists and anthropologists. What is your reply? What is your response to that?
My reply is when they say African science, they literally talked about religious, spiritual, technological systems that produced on a high level. That's what they're really saying. They're not actually equating it to modern science, yo. Yeah. That's all I'm saying, bro. I should be able to say that without being an idiot in the room.
You can say that.
Let me read something, y'all.
No, let me say this real quick. Because this is big. That was not, I don't know about you, right? But far as I think Reggie will agree with me. Reggie, if you don't, come off mute. Reggie, me, God Energy, Issa Queen, Musa, Hercules. We wasn't saying that the ancient people or ancient Africans had modern science. We were just saying that they had science. Now, what kind of science you want to put it under and the door you want to lock it and close it in, that's up to you. But what we are not, we just saying that there was an African science, there was an ancient scientific method that they utilized.
But why call it African though?
Not one time. Why call it African? For all of the reasons that I discussed in the debate, because I was dealing with the origin. We even had these type of conversations beforehand. We were dealing with just the origin of it, the origin point, or if we just dealing with Africans on the continent doing science. For me, it was really both, but I'm really focusing more on the origin. Because when we're dealing with Africa, we're dealing with the actual genesis of humankind itself. Are we not?
Yes,
so
we are.
But that's
if we're dealing with the genesis of humankind, and this is why we highlight Africa and we don't highlight other places like Japan or India, right? Because this is where we see the genesis and the evolution of the human thinking on the continent of Africa. All
right, so let me say this to you, Ashe.
And you try to divorce that from that, then we're having a problem. And let me see that being done.
Let me tell you what I hear you saying. It's almost like you're saying that without the people on the continent of Africa coming up with ideas, other groups wouldn't have advanced them all their selves and also came up with these technologies that you're calling science. You know, this thing that you are calling African science sprang up all over the planet. That's a Homo sapien thing. Yeah, so people that are over in China can say, oh, we came up with X, Y, and Z. They weren't doing that over there. And then somebody over in somebody who's from the Middle East can bring up with the Babylonians and them folks did with astronomy and astrology that topple everybody. And so everybody can say, oh well, we got science and somebody else don't. That's like a bad argument. It's a really bad argument. People just come up with stuff in their environment because it helps them survive and to thrive. That's everywhere. That's everywhere. And let me say this real quick, then I'm gonna let you go. The next thing is trying to make it seem like what they were doing is in any way comparable to what we're doing now is a fallacy. Because we're trying to figure out why is it that this particular rock does X, Y, and Z. They didn't care nothing about that. All they did was just build with it and call it a day. All right, I'm done.
All right, let me get Kyle in here. What's going on, Kyle? Gotta come off mute, Kyle. Probably driving.
I got something for Reggie too.
Yeah, Reggie's.
So yeah, so that's kind of why I was with the argument with the brother Ashe. It sounded like everything he was talking about was basically through a cultural lens, right?
Right.
In our debate, I brought up the wolf bone, right, opposed to the Ishingo bone. So me doing that was to basically show that we're showing tally marks, right, in the Czech Republic, in Africa at the same time. It's a universal logic. It's not, it's like you're almost saying that Africa has a monopoly on universal laws. These universal laws and principles are discovered, Ashe, not invented.
Yeah, they're already there. They're already in place. It's not.
Y'all talking about universal laws, but You trying to make that point, and that's why you lost the debate, King J, bro, is because you didn't debate the actual data that was in the debate itself.
Well,
so
actually,
I didn't cut you off. I had a lot of decorum and I let you speak. There was actual data, there was actual evidence. We went into certain practices that they did that took a certain type of scientific method, right? You know what I mean? Had the conclusion to follow, and we've seen the conclusion of other people's when they had a malpractice trying to utilize the same function in the same tool. So this is just the things that I highlighted within the debate that you were trying to straw man this whole point out, but that's why you lost the debate, bro. I understand universal science, but there are also some things that are exclusive to the continent of Africa, which I highlighted in the debate. It's not a conversation for now, though.
And I disagree with that point, and I push back because I exposed that their method, Ashe, was spiritual and ritual.
You didn't.
If their method is ritual, that's not a scientific method. That's subjective. I mean, that's objective. A scientific method is objective, Ashe. If your method has rituals in it that's subjective, then that can't be the variable in a scientific method. No scientific method has subjective.
I beat you already, bro. You can't win.
Well, I say you didn't beat me. Hold on. Just to be objective. Hold on. Just to be objective. This is how I know you didn't beat me. I put the debate I put the debate in Chat GPT, and it said you lost. It said your argument came from an ethno-science point of view, of cultural lens, which is everything we're saying.
Yeah, we know that. We agree. Let me read this. So, who won, who lost is never important in these debates. It's what did we learn from the conversation? Big up to the Pseudo Killers.
Can you kick me down and bring me back up? I can't hear everybody.
Oh, you can't? I can hear you. You can't. All right, hold on. All right. Let me see. I'm gonna do it again. All right, so let me read this right here. All right, important aspect of the conversation. Here's the source. All right. Big up to Malcolm, man. First of all, I'd like to shout out to the Cash Apps, man. Let me call them out real quick, and then we're gonna read the source, man. All right. All right. Okay. Appreciate that support. Michael Ross, man. Appreciate that love, man. That's love right there, bro. Doing what you're supposed to do, man. Kendrick, man, appreciate that love right there, yo. All right, we need 3 more, yo, and we reached our goal for the day. Now, science in the ancient world. So this is the conversation we have. But let's see what they're saying. It says science in the ancient world refers to the early development of systematic knowledge and inquiry across various civilizations, primarily examining how proto-scientific ideas evolved into more structured forms of science. Now, my proponents disagree with this completely. They don't want the structure. They don't want any of that. They don't want the transformation. They don't want it. So I say, bet. Let me finish reading. While many ancient cultures, including those in Mesopotamia, Egypt, India, China, and the Americas, made significant contributions to mathematics and technology. We say this all the time. They are like we killing their ancestors. Crazy work. It say they often intertwined their observations with religious or superstitious beliefs. Now, who on this damn panel and who on the chat can deny that? You can't. It says which hindered, we're trying to tell y'all, which hindered the development of natural science as understood today. For instance, the Babylonians excelled at astronomy and mathematics primarily for astronomical purposes, while the Egyptian society utilized mathematics for practical applications like land survey, but lacked abstract scientific reasoning. Now, somebody gonna get up here and act like they did, but they actually didn't. That's not an issue, because whatever they had, they were very, very successful at it. So I offered an alternative. I said it's proto-science. Reggie did a whole 3-hour presentation on how that's crazy. And let's call it what it was. They had the traditions mixed and intertwined in it. And as soon as you have those religious, spiritual, cultural, land-based geographical based ideas, it's no longer science. It's cultural traditions. It's African science. It's Chinese science. It's Indian science. It's Native American science, which incorporates their cultural, landmass, geographical beliefs. I can't make it no more clear than that. I can't. So they're going to play this game constantly, mix up the audience, because guess what? The audience...
Can you go down to the origin of science?
Yeah, we can go down to the origin of science.
Read that.
They don't want the origin of science. They don't want that. Nobody wants this. So I ain't reading it now. I'm letting somebody else talk, then I can get into it. We got the...
Hey, Ankh, real quick. Share my screen real quick, because I think it may have some clarity to kind of what...
I think that would have killed your whole discussion.
Yeah, so that's why I want Ankh to share my screen.
What would have killed my whole discussion? Not read the whole thing.
The origin of science piece.
Yeah, if I read that, man, it's gonna kill y'all. It ain't gonna kill me, bro. I ain't read it all, man.
While you're reading the source, I want to say something.
Go ahead, Reggie.
Okay, thank you so much, Ankh. We just have a disagreement, nothing big.
Nope.
No one is saying that African science is modern science.
Right. Thank you, because that's my conversation.
No one is saying that, but to separate it from science is why we're having this disagreement.
I never did that. I never did that.
No,
I tried to connect it by using the word pre, which means the first. I'm go ahead, Reggie. But don't say what I didn't do.
I'm just telling you, we can rewind it back. It's on tape, right?
I didn't say that. No, you said many times that proto science is not science, and that the Egyptians. You said the ancient Africans didn't have science. You said that
they didn't though.
Okay, so you say
because they had their religions. Y'all don't get that? Hold on.
No, I get that. Hold on for a minute. Wait, I was speaking. I never got a chance to finish my statement.
Reggie, chill out, Reggie. Y'all don't understand when you have your regional, meaning the region you come from, like the Hebrew traditions, the Chinese, your regional traditions, your deities, different African countries, regional differences inside of your data, that immediately eliminates it from being what I'm talking about, science.
Modern science.
Yeah.
That's all I've ever been talking about. I've been talking about nothing else. I said science means modern science. Because
no, it does not.
That's crazy. That's craziness, huh?
It does not mean I'm glad you got that on tape.
No, this is why hold on, listen.
That's a compound word. You know what a compound word is?
Reggie, this is what I'm saying.
Wait, you never let me speak.
This is why we stay in a state of confusion. Because we refuse. The reason we stay in a state of confusion because we refuse to adhere to simple definitions. When you're talking about science, you're actually talking about proto-science.
No.
And you say it, but you do because they have their traditions and priestly ideas in it that would render it proto-science. But you deny that, Reggie. That's my whole point.
That's crazy.
Okay, let me speak. Wait, I deserve to speak. Wait, I was cut off. Okay, so I'm gonna go back.
I'm not trying to be rude. I can't hear nobody, but so I don't know if I'm talking over somebody or not. But
you know you are.
With the people who are saying that the proto-science is science, like would they take the explanation that God did it as a reasonable assessment of how things came to be, like far as like scientific experiments?
Excuse me, the Egyptians had experiments.
Thank you.
They can't nobody.
They had something called the perfect method. What was the comedic word, Reggie?
The Tepesep.
There you go.
So they had method. So since you can't hear us,
why are y'all trying to do that? Why? You said go ahead, Reggie.
Wait, let me speak. You won't let me
go ahead, bro.
Okay. Okay. What you're doing, Ankh, is
what was the perfect method? No, what was the perfect method? Don't answer that. Say what you're gonna say, then answer that. Then we'll get into it.
Yeah.
They're gonna leave out Hecka every time.
That's fine. Okay, so what Ankh is doing is Ankh is creating science to mean only modern science. And the fact of the matter is, I'm saying to Ankh, modern science is a compound word, right? So it's based on science, but it's a different, it's laboratory based, which has its own definition of modern science. Science in itself has its own definition, right? Which comes from to know, right? And not just but not just to know, but a historically denoted, organized, demonstrable knowledge, rather than just to know. But that is different than laboratory-centered practices. What you're doing, Ankh, right, is using this word modern science to remove the fact that other cultures earlier had science. Then what you do is say it can't be science because they had mythical practices. Well, it's still science. It's just not modern science, but it's still science. My only argument with you is that what you're doing is using an anachronistic model, right? And so when you say you're imposing modern science over all sciences, and I don't think that that is correct, right? Because you have to look at the time periods. 500 years from now, there'll be another construction, another compound word of modern science that talks about another time period, right? And they will go back and say, yeah, they was doing modern science, but this is the new modern science, right? Because so now they will add another compound word on it to separate a time period. But to say that it was not science and that the only definition of modern science, the only definition is modern science, is incorrect model. And I'll stop. We could disagree, we could disagree about that. We could continuously disagree about that. But what we would do is not say what Reggie thinks, not say what Ankh thinks, but go to the sources to see
Reggie,
what.
Don't say what you're saying, Reggie. Let's move on. Go ahead, King James.
Why you do that? Why you?
I'm moving on. I'm saying the source don't agree. We'll get back to you.
Show me a source.
Get back to you.
I raise my voice.
Yeah,
show me a source. I just showed you Cambridge.
No, you didn't.
I just showed you Cambridge, right? University in their philosophy and sciences that they call it African science.
Reggie,
if I'm wrong, if my source is wrong, you go write a paper and you go.
I'm not writing a paper. Reggie, let me say this.
I know you won't. I know you won't.
Hold on, Reggie.
I know you won't write a paper.
Hey, Reggie, listen.
Yes,
Watch what you about to do.
Hey,
Reggie, watch what you about to do. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you what Reggie's about to do before he do it. And I'm going to say it. Well, I'm going to ask Reggie this question. When he answers the question, he's going to show a clear distinction between science, which is really modern science, right?
No.
And African science. He's going to show a complete, watch this. So Reggie, does African science have their custom and traditions intertwined in it, Reggie, or is it totally separate?
They have their customs and traditions.
Right?
But that doesn't mean.
I'm just saying, I told you what you was going to do. What you did was you just explained proto science. That's all.
No, I did not, because I'm using sources to say, let me go read this again for you.
You don't got that supposed to say that.
I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it again.
No, we want to let King J go. I'm gonna let you. I want to let you off the hook.
No. Because I like word science derives from the Latin scientia, itself from scire, which means.
So you saying just to know, right?
Wait,
that's all. Hold on. All right.
No,
okay.
I didn't know. No, it's a comma there.
No, let's meet it. No, let's meet common ground. I want me common ground. You're basically saying
you don't play fair.
I am. No, I just want to Reggie, listen.
You don't play
You
fair.
basically saying hold on. You basically saying that, them people, they was trying to know. That's what you basically saying, right?
No.
Okay,
what I'm saying is that the word science, the word science is relatively new.
Okay.
In Latin, they called it scientia,
from
the root word scire, which means to know, which historically denoted organized, demonstrable knowledge rather than exclusively the laboratory practices.
Hold on, let me deal with this person right here. I'm gonna put you on the screen. It say Ankh stagnates the learning I come here for. Hey, brother, I know I do. I know I do, because you don't understand anything I'm saying. So tell you what, Tony Jones, right? If you think that I'm stagnating you, then just sit here. Write down some of the things I say and put it in your chat GPT. Or at least look it up and see how stagnant I really am. I'm trying to raise you to the point with the rest of the world, because none of the crazy pseudoisms can actually be orchestrated in your real world and you be successful. So if you think I'm stagnating you, I apologize for the stagnation, brother.
Well,
King Jago, man.
Anything with science, right, is a description of science.
I'm not going back out.
Anything with the word science is a description of a particular type of science, and it's a compound word. A compound word denotes two concepts, right? But authors actually say that there was an African science and an Egyptian science, right? That it actually says that. Now,
no problem. Hey, Reggie, no problem, Reggie. No problem. And you just explained to us what that was.
Right. So
you just explained proto science. That's all I'm saying.
But they don't say it's proto science.
They just say science.
They just say science. Well,
you said they say that. No.
You're looking through the eye.
Reggie, I'm asking you one more time. I'm gonna say this. Reggie is gonna say what I just said. I'm gonna say that science actually has no religion attached to it. Right? It's not subjective. Okay, at all. It's empirical database with no religious, no regional, different, none of that. Meaning it's universal. Meaning you Reggie and explain it at your world. Then watch this. I'm gonna ask Reggie the question, and he's gonna say, yeah, they had this in African science. And the Chinese said, right, and you're gonna prove my point. So Reggie, did African science had a custom-made traditions in it?
First of all, it's African science, so it's science. So the second part of it is yes, but it's still African science.
Bro. All right, no problem. Go ahead, King J.
Listening to the brother Reggie, everything I hear is going back to African indigenous knowledge and applied natural philosophy. That's just what I hear when I hear the brother speaking. But I would just like for you to share my screen for 1 second.
No. Show me a source.
Reggie, let the man finish.
No, show me a source. If you're gonna
I'm trying to share my screen right now, Reggie.
See this, Ashe? We all gotta get better, yo. Reggie, come on, Reggie.
No, you can't talk to me and say what I say.
Reggie. I'm trying to share right now, brother. I'm trying to share my screen now.
Screen is shared, yo. Go ahead, yo. Okay. It's shared. I got you. You got the debate up, right?
Yeah. This is live right now.
Is it moving?
He got this live up right now. This live right now.
Oh, that's what you want?
Yeah, that's what I said. That ain't my screen. I don't think.
That is your damn screen.
That is your screen, though.
No, that's us. Oh, King J. He can't. No, King J.
Hold on. Let me remove it. Hold on.
I'll say put up. Yeah. Okay, let me mute my mic.
You know what, man? Y'all funny guys, man. Hey, I'll say you better.
What? Here we go, my bad.
Why can I say this? What Reggie gonna say? And it's gonna be the same definition as proto science. Why you keep doing it? Why we gotta
say proto science?
I disagree with what you said, man.
But watch this. I'm gonna do Shay, watch. you're gonna agree that the Egyptians did not void their priestly.
I think you mixing you conflating the conversation though.
Hold on, King J, I'm gonna ask you this question. You will agree that the Egyptians did not take away their priestly, their belief system, their gods and their deities out of their quote unquote empirical data that they clearly was producing. You're gonna agree to that. And once you agree to that, you're gonna agree to proto-science. So King J, hold on. I'm asking you a question. Ashe. The Egyptians eliminate their belief system.
We know they didn't.
Did they do that?
No.
Yes
or no?
Hold on. Are you certain and are you sure?
I know that they had that their spirituality was intertwined with they science, bro. Like
okay.
There's no.
Thank you.
Okay, can I ask you the question?
Thank you.
If you got a surgery now, if one ain't to time.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, hold on, wait.
I'm not finished. I'm not finished.
Wait.
I'm not finished.
You just said that, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not finished. Hold on. I got you.
That was it right there. That's the end.
Hold on. Watch this, King J. Now, he's going to answer my next question and say, yes, that's what they do. He may say, but that's the white man's son. Now, watch this. Hey, Ashe, does modern science and science today, do they leave out all their religious traditions when they practice science? The Journal of Nature, the Journal of Science, JAMA, the Royal Society. Do they do that? Do they leave out all their religion and beliefs out of it? Ashe?
Of course.
Wait, hold on. You know what? I might have misconstrued it. Say that again. Do they leave all that religious stuff out of it, King J?
Come on, we would.
No, what you say? I didn't hear you.
Damn, you done beat them into submission.
Hold on. I say, do they leave it out today? Yes or no?
Now he agreeing with
you. When you gonna allow me to add my own?
So I have more arguments with it.
Wait, hold on, wait. Watch this though.
Hold on, I'm gonna let you talk, ladies and gentlemen. I promise you, as an older person, I'm no longer arguing with Reggie and King J. I'm just gonna keep playing this clip for them. Go ahead, I'll say, and then we gotta let King J go.
Okay, and I hope that this is always part of the clip, because the original conversation was, is there such thing as African science? The conversation was never, do Africans have modern science? You can have that argument that you just created, like a couple like about last week. You can have that little argument that you made recently. That's new. That's brand new. You can have that because that was never my thing. You got that. That's a fact. Clap, clap, bravo. Drop another bomb for Ankh, because that was never my point, right? But let me ask you this though, since we asked some questions. Theoretics. Brother, I do an operation on you. He don't know these scientific terms. He doesn't know a lot, but he know how to operate. He know the anatomy. He know what a labia, all that is. He know the bones, all this stuff, right? Now, he do a surgery.
Who you talking about?
I'm just a surgeon, an ancient surgeon. They didn't do that. Hold on, wait 1 second. He do a surgery on you, bang, and he pray to Amun or whatever the hell he prayed to. Does that make the surgery null and void?
First of all, they had a treaties against.
Wait. Does that make the surgery null and void?
Well, they never did what you said though. So I'm not.
So they didn't do surgery. They didn't perform surgery.
No, they didn't. They didn't. No, you said they did surgery and knew about certain parts. They didn't know about none of that because they had a treaty.
There were parts named in the Edwin Smith. There's parts named.
I say if the
y'all playing games now. Y'all telling me that it's not names that are utilized within the Edwin Smith and the Ibis Papyrus virus. Y'all would consider parts of the anatomy. Y'all telling me that they ain't no parts of the anatomy?
I'm saying, they didn't cut open the body. I'm telling you that they had the treaties against digging up graves and cutting open the body. They wasn't doing what you act like they was doing. They wasn't. So now the Egyptians
operation was done. I'm gonna ask him again, y'all, because he ain't answering the question. If an operation was done on you,
if
the operation was done on you by the ancient, and he prayed to whatever he prayed for, does that negate the operation that he did on you?
We never say it did. We never say it did. You keep saying you never said it did.
actually.
But it makes it a holistic practice, though. It doesn't make it a scientific practice. That's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. And Reggie knows. See, Reggie understands.
And then on top of that,
give me a source where it says that it wasn't. Give me a source.
No, hold on, Reggie. We're not doing this.
They can't give you a source.
No, they can't.
They claim they can't give you a source that the medicine in ancient and the medical practices in ancient Egypt wasn't science.
Okay, so let me see.
They can't find that.
Reggie, listen.
But they can make that claim.
I'm gonna let King J read his thing. Go ahead, King J. That's your thing.
Don't nobody care about what King J Chat GPT lying to him saying, man, trying to keep getting the Bible subscription.
Real quick, because we want
he got the free one.
We both got our big brother. Oh, check it out. I say we both got our big brothers on here. Reggie supports your view. Supports my view. So this is kind of like an unbiased viewpoint. Honestly, I think we should do all debates like this because they gave us a score out of 10. I edged you 8.5 to 8.2 in a debate. So I did actually in a debate round win. So it says, in a debate, is there such thing as an African science? On the House of Consciousness platform, King J and Brother Ashe presented two distinct philosophical frameworks. Here is an overview of their core arguments and the points that define the discussion. King J's universalistic perspective. King J argued that science is a universal methodology rather than a cultural possession. The how, not the what. His central thesis was that science is a process of discovery, a how rather than an object owned by a specific group. Laws of physics. He contended that the laws of nature existed before humans, and while Africans were among the first to master them, the truths they revealed, such as gravity or mathematics, belong to the universe itself. Mastery over ownership. He emphasized that real dignity comes from the African mind being perfectly calibrated to master universal science, rather than trying to segregate science by culture. Neutrality. He argued that a bridge stands because of physics, not because of the culture of the person who builds it. Brother Ashe's ethno-indigenous perspective. Brother Ashe advocated for the recognition of African science as a location of knowledge. The cultural lens. He defined it through the lens of ethnoscience, looking at how different groups categorize and perceive the world.
I never even, hold on, wait, you gotta stop. Your ChatGPT lying because I never even used that word ethnoscience. That's something that you introduced to the debate. That's craziness.
Okay. Well, I didn't interject it into the chat. I just put the debate in. So I mean we can go over it. This is their perspective of your argument. He defined it through the lens of ethnoscience, looking at how different groups categorize.
Yeah, he said you put it through the lens of ethnoscience. Ethno is actually what's the word? Ethno. What's the word?
The cultural lens.
Yeah, that's actually it's how anthropologists study.
I know what ethno means.
Right, right. So
he used archaeological and historical evidence such as the Edwin Smith papyrus, which you just argued, to argue that ancient Africans developed a systematic clinical approach to medicine and observation that was distinct to their civilization. Indigenous knowledge. He highlighted specific examples of African innovation, such as African bedding techniques used for pest control 70,000 years ago, as evidence of a long-standing tradition of African scientific thought. Key points of contention, definitions. The debate often hinges on whether science should be defined strictly as the modern scientific method or a broader category of indigenous knowledge. Discovery versus invention. King J focused on the discovery of immutable laws, while Brother Ashe focused on the specific cultural application and historical record of those discoveries in Africa. Terminology. King J views the term African science as a form of branding that limits the scope of African achievement, whereas Brother Ashe saw it as a necessary reclamation of history. As with the most philosophical debates of this nature, the winner usually depends on which framework you find more compelling. The universalistic view that truth has no passport, or the particularist view that honors the specific cultural foundations of knowledge. So I asked her straight up, who won? I said, so who do you think had the best argument? Determine who had the best argument depends on which philosophical criteria you prioritize, the methodical consistency of King J or the historical evidence of Brother Ashe. The case for King J. King J's argument was built on logical universality. He focused on the definition of science as a how rather than a what. Strength. His strongest point was the bridge analogy. He argued that physics is indifferent to culture. A bridge stands because it adheres to universal laws, not because of the heritage of the architect. This removed the burden of cultural branding from the scientific method. Core logic. By arguing that Africans tapped into universal logic rather than creating it, he positioned African achievement as a mastery of the entire universe.
All right, you're done. You can't let you read them shit.
Okay. This was the conclusion. It did give us a score.
Nobody's listening to that. Trust me.
Ain't nobody, man. I was waiting on somebody to say that I didn't want to be a hater.
It gave us a score. 8.5 out of 10. It gave you 8.2.
Yeah, you crazy.
I didn't want to be a hater. So I was just ready to wrap up.
Hey man, just
I feel like your friend.
Hey man, we never put in a debate in a free version of ChatGPT within the ChatGPT other person that you're going against, yo. You know, your ChatGPT starts to take a life on its own. Y'all don't know that? Starts to think like the person is putting in there. Not unless you download it with some serious scientific information, it's paid for, and you say, don't put none of my biases in it. You got to program your thing and say, yo, leave me out of it. Mm-hmm. I need raw scientific thing. That's how my thing get down. Yeah, and mine say, and then you got to know something about the subject. Mm-hmm. People think, look, ChatGPT is really a search engine, y'all. No more than Google, y'all. Man, boy, I tell you, what a day. What a day, what a day, what a day. What a damn day. Reggie had all that time period, man. That whole thing. And we figured out at the end of the day that Reggie was actually scamming.
You're causing people to scam it with you. You're scamming, and I know you like scamming too. Hey, Reggie scamming. Feel the rhythm in the yard. You're scamming, moving steady, moving hard.
Hey, man, he's scamming with the reggae sound. Look, man, there's a lot of people scamming now. Man, they over there looking at an interview, scamming that. They got audiobook readership going on. They doing all that. Out the game.
Out the game.
Competition officially left the game. The expert came in, they cleared the field. Now they focus on whether Newton's and silence. I'll be damned. Galileo, Newton. What is going on? You know what, man? Y'all gotta know when you up against it. I know when I'm up against it. You gotta know when to take some steps back and just get your pen and paper out and just learn something, man. I can't believe it, man. Reggie, I'm just getting started on Reggie. And that's my man, yo. No, listen, if you was to come to Atlanta today, I'm gonna take him to dinner. But on this, what we talking about right now, yo, he definitely scamming. He read a whole paper. Later on today, I'm gonna focus on the paper. And we're gonna put the paper in ChatGPT to see what the ChatGPT say about the damn paper. That's how you get it.
No, why we gonna do that?
He ain't want to do that. I put that in there. Anyway, man, Look, man. Look. Hey, man. I know when they scam me. Yo. Well, I don't care.
You gotta run that track again, though. You gotta run that track again.
No, I got another one for the other show. Just is, man. Welcome to the show, man. It's the Friday show, man. Hit the likes up, man. Come on, man. We gotta stop this, yo. We should be able to read a wait, let me just say this, yo. Whenever y'all out to dinner and you hear somebody say African science, maybe it's some lawyers or some scientists talking. You know, I know your ears gonna perk up. Oh, science. No, they really talking about indigenous knowledge, yo. The word science in that context just means knowledge. Trust me, right? Trust me on it. Ask your ChatGPT. Does African science mean knowledge and proto science? Of course it does. African knowledge, wisdom, ecosystems translates over to proto science. Been saying it from the beginning, but no, not Reggie. Now Reggie in this wild thing with some African science. Come on, man. Reggie, take it from a friend, right? I'm not talking about your life. I'm not talking about you as a human being. I'm saying on this subject, bro. I'm saying on this subject right here, bro.
You're scamming. I wanna scam it with you. Oh yeah. You're scamming. I know you like scamming too.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Hey, look, man. We're just gonna keep doing it. And Chewy say, hey, what is that paper really saying? Is that paper? What is that paper saying? And they did you dirty, Cedric. Over there on the Barbershop Boys, Brasson lost his mind. Now he's completely unhinged. Cussing. I ain't seen such thing. Calm down, bro. Corey talking about debating Reggie. Like they really think Reggie don't want to debate that? We're gonna put it. Are we? Wait a minute, man. Do y'all, first of all, the conversation never was about Newton and them. I don't know how they got there. Never was about Galileo. So they on the fact that the man called Galileo science. The man said something slick when he said he was like, it's both. Like, and then you understood the context of both. Anyway, man, look, I thought they were gonna do a good critique of the show. They ended up on auto book readership.
You know, when you read that, right? Listening to him read it, you could see the tongue in cheek with which he calls him a scientist, right? Because the whole thing is about the philosophical framework. So I'm listening to a young man read and in real time realizing he doesn't know that he's boomerang daggering himself. You're killing yourself while you read.
It never was our conversation, though, Cedric.
I know. And then you're beating up a strong man. You're fighting a strong man that we left in.
What a thing.
We are fascinated about Galileo and these individuals' mindsets, right? That's the whole thing. Because we're seeing that they're in the middle of that epidemic rupture themselves. They're 1 foot in the old way, they're 1 foot in the new way. We are dissecting this thing, so the conversation about Galileo was within the wheelhouse that we understand. We put Newton in the same place. He represents a bridge, 1 foot in the old, 1 foot in the new.
He's a natural philosopher, yo.
Exactly, because these are the people that are establishing the framework under which we use, under which science is practiced, under which our knowledge is acquiesced, gained in this modern context. Prior to that, you had natural philosophers. Natural philosophers produced the scientific method. It is that simple. However, the straw man y'all create, y'all beating up a straw man because you have a lion with no heart, a straw man, an empty straw man, and a wicked witch of the West who is completely clueless. Like the barbershop boys are evolving into what you call that? The yellow brick road.
Yeah, I'm off them, yo. That's enough time for me. Man, we dropped the link in, man. Let's have a discussion. What's up, Muhammad? How you doing, man?
How you doing, my brother?
Hey, Shalom, Ankh. Shalom, Cedric. Hey, thanks again, Ankh, for bringing me up. I really
Yeah,
appreciate it.
true. Salami and bacon.
You always do that, no sweat. So, I've been coming on here to try to sharpen my sword. So I did get confused. So if you could add more clarity, and then Brother Cedric can piggyback. So coming from a genuine spot, I've heard science is a generic term. And then I think I heard proto-science, modern science, African science, and then what did King J said? What did he say?
I don't know what he said, bro. I can know what I said.
It was African science, proto-science, science is a general term, modern science, and I think he said, damn, if somebody can help me out. So basically, it was those five. So I just wanted you to clarify, and then have Brother Cedric.
Let's roll.
Just kind of piggyback to give me clarity.
Let's roll.
And I appreciate it, brothers. Thank you.
This is good for you. Watch this. So you don't got to create a whole. Hold on.
Oh, I figured it out. It snapped in my head. Ethnoscience is what King J said. Ethnoscience.
Yeah. Ethnoscience is traditional African wisdom, right? That's traditional stuff. Okay, ethnic group, your custom, your traditions, your gods, your deities, and you merge that all together. And of course, you got your technical knowledge, and you survive as human beings. You build great buildings. You do all that stuff. You provide food, clothing, and shelter. You protect yourself. You reach the heights of civilization. You get that?
Gotcha, brother. Go ahead, brother.
Whenever you hear the word African science, it's not modern science. Okay? It's not, because there's your religion and all that in it. Okay? Right? But you can have your religion entwined in it, right? But that'll only take you to a certain spot in what we're talking about, right? We're talking about getting to the point of having matured science where the phenomenon becomes the authority. But in your traditional work or your traditional science, right? The human is the phenomenon. My fault. The human is the authority. Do you get that? Do you get what I say when the human is the authority?
Gotcha, brother.
Okay, so when I say the human is the authority, I'm saying human beings make up ideas and concepts. They deify the trees based off where you at in your environment. You may think the tree is the most important thing because you bury your ancestors near the tree. They decompose the nutrients that come out of the decomposing bodies, right? Give nutrients to the trees and the vegetation in the area. And you worship that tree as being the greatest ancestor because it embodies all the people that came before you. That's an idea. That's a human concept. That's how you feel about your environment. But it's not a scientific idea. It's not void of the ancestors. It's not void of the culture. So when we say science, science is a modern idea. It just is. And it took 350,000 years to reach that modern idea where you look at nature and said, that's the authority. In the Stone Age, the gods was the authority. Humans made natural phenomenon gods. They deified it. They didn't know. They deified it. All right? But that's humans doing that. So the gods was the authority. So they thought, so they believed. The volcano occurred because we didn't feed the gods right. Didn't feed the gods right. We move on, right? Africans will develop philosophy. The Greeks will develop philosophy. And once again, man is the authority, right? And they say, we're going to give natural explanations. And so they tried this point to break away from the gods and give their natural explanation. But that still wasn't enough because they was given what they believed it to be. They always leaned on their own understanding, not the phenomena I'm teaching them. Right? 2,000 years after Greek philosophy, right? Based off of figuring out that the Greeks weren't the authority, because they didn't know. They only thought it was 3 continents. So how the hell we end up with 7? It's something they didn't know. So they say, we're going to scrap that and break away from the gods, right? Being authority, man being authority, right? They say, we're going to look at nature and let nature be the authority, the phenomenon. Let the rain be the authority. Let the earthquake itself be the authority. Let the earthquake explain what it is based off your understanding of the earthquake. What is this stuff coming out? What is this stuff coming? Why is it hot? Why is it burn down trees? What is this? And they started to look at it from that view. That is totally different. That's a whole different worldview from the past. Hunter-gatherers thought the earthquake was the power. They thought the thunder and the lightning was the force. The lion, they embodied the lion was the, man, that's a worldview though. Not knocking that worldview. We're not supposed to, right? But that's not a modern worldview of what science is. A modern worldview is we will look at the stars and figure out, how does the star produce this particular color? What is that? Oh shit, it's producing elements. We start to understand the why. Right. So don't let them confuse with the word science. The word science can be used colloquially, meaning theory.
So I got another quick question for you.
Let me get this. Theory.
Salaki, go ahead, brother.
When the layman uses the word theory in an everyday conversation in a barbershop, man, shorty, she came in here, she fat to death. Somebody else say, man, boy, I know how she got that like that, boy. Her father must have fed her a lot of grits. And everybody laughed, yeah, I'm telling you, I think that's what it is. But when scientists use the word theory, they're talking about an organizing of scientific facts that can be repeatedly tested over and over again. So same word, different context, right? The word science is the same thing. When we just shooting the breeze and talking that talk, science, cooking is science, man. That man, got on that platform, he was cooking. Boy, that was science. You see the way he threw that punch? That was scientific. Man, them hunter-gatherers, them women was fine, but what's the science in that beauty? Generally speaking. But when scientists and experts are talking about a specific base of knowledge, then science becomes a modern thing that requires you to have a knowledge base without your culture included, without your gods and your deities, without you being authority, where let nature talk to you. Let nature be the authority. Go ahead, brother.
Thanks, Ankh. I got the point. But my next question was, so was Brother Reggie trying to say that African science correlates with modern science, or was African science something just isolated?
Yeah, once you say African science and it's isolated, then it's not a universal thing. It's just for them. And the very nature of science does not allow you to isolate. The very nature of science is a universal thing because it's a human endeavor. Because it was a lot of humans from a lot of different places that brought forth ideas that were crystallized together and formed science. So as soon as you say African science, then you just one continent, right? As soon as you say Egyptian science, you just one culture. As soon as you say Chinese culture, boom, the very nature of that statement lets you know that it's not science. So he don't know what he's saying. Sometimes I beat him down to say it wasn't modern science, but once you admit it's not modern science, then we know it's not science, because science is modern. It's a European word, come from the Latin, meaning knowledge, right? So if you just want to say everybody got knowledge, then that's cool. Then the chimpanzees got knowledge. Then Homo erectus got knowledge. Then you admit you're not talking about what we've been talking about for the last 2 months. Then you just talking about having.
Was he trying to correlate the both? Then was Brother Reggie trying to correlate the both?
He's asphyxiated with the word science.
Oh, as a generic term.
Yeah, he just think right. He just using it half-hat. So he should. So why are you arguing that?
Hold on. He said science is a generic term, and then he said African science.
I don't understand that. Generic. It's not a generic term. It's a term that can be applied in several different ways.
Got you. I
right?
agree with that. My bad.
And based off the way it's applied, you'll know what it is. But you have to have comprehension. You want to add something that said, hold, let me read this.
Okay. So I just want to make sure I got you clear, and then I want to hear Sid build off of what you said. So just to make sure that I'm understanding you correct, what you're saying as far as, like, let's say African science, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. So let's say it's a drought in the desert.
Yeah.
You got these people in Africa. Now they thinking that because you perform the dance,
yeah, it's
gonna bring rain.
Yeah.
Now, because they're applying a ritual, or am I wording it right? Like some type of
they think there's something they can do. Yeah, they think there's something they can do. Go ahead.
Okay. No. I'm done. I wanted to hear Cedric. I'm done, brother.
Let me read this. It says, I think that's Mel. He said, you got to break down the authority claim for the people in the nosebleed. That's an alley pop for you and Cedric to explain on another show. Thanks for the super chat. That's how we get our questions through. Go ahead, Cedric.
Yeah, I mean, Ankh's breakdown was absolutely excellent. What Ankh is illustrating to you that those are the ways in which we can use the word. At this point, I'm sorry, I just have to say that Reggie is disingenuous. You see that he's being disingenuous because you can say African science, which is their indigenous traditions, which then makes the word science meaning the fifth form, just general knowledge. But then Reggie does the flim stamps, and then he says they were doing science. That means you're putting it directly in relation to its modern context, right? Because the verb science is what we do today. We practice science by means of methodological naturalism. These people had their own indigenous knowledge systems, right? And if you say African science, then you're excluding it from the neutrality and the universality of the scientific method we have today. So you cannot conflate the word. There is no thing as just science, whereby you have these prefixes, which makes the science stay the same, but the time frame change. You're creating a linear line to the past, as if the past they have some forms of failed science, or they weren't there yet. And this is not true, because their epistemic regime was different. The way they engaged with nature was on a different premise. You can understand the natural evolution to a mythological philosophical framework, right? Because people primarily were animistic, right? Who made the tree move? What was behind the bush? So, right, we had we anthropomorphized nature. The Egyptians took that to a higher level. They systematized that. They had a order and a philosophical framework in which the deities played a major role. Agency remained with the human being because no deity speaks. So it was the priest who maintained the power. These are two fundamentally different systems. We here are not priests. We're a regular citizen. We're not of the aristocrat. We're not special, and we doing the science. So this is the difference. Now science is a universal tool, whereas in that context, it was culturally bound and not a system to understand the world entirely, but to navigate your own environment. So you cannot pretend as if the word can be just colloquially placed, haphazardly used in a conversation of this magnitude. And what you're doing is you're purposely trying to undermine the conversation we're having because of some ideological reason that it is European and all these, and undermine. It's all these silly arguments that have no place in a mature intellectual conversation.
I appreciate that, brother Cedric. I appreciate that. I appreciate y'all. Y'all kind of broke it down and made it simple and kind of clarified it. I appreciate it, brothers.
I mean, look, bro. I don't understand what the issue is. I understand what the issue is, man. It's just we don't want to adhere to the rules of English. There's a certain way of You have to comprehend sentences. My fault. I didn't even see you on that, Kyle. You in the background. I see you. What's good, man?
Man, cool, man. How y'all doing?
Oh man,
what it do?
You see that source you pulled up? I actually in the show I pulled that same source up.
I can't believe Reggie, man.
I know. Go ahead.
Can I pull this up again? I just want to show this right quick.
Yeah,
This is
go ahead.
This really made me upset with Reggie, man. He pulled up this source from Cambridge University. I'm not sure if y'all can see it on the screen.
I can't even read your super chat yet. I'm tripping.
No, that's all good. I got bigger fish to fry with Reggie, man. He claims to be this amazing scholar.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, man, Reggie. He goes right here, right? This is the source he pulled up. Ancient Egypt.
We'll make it a little bigger. Yeah. Oh, that's even crazy.
That's the one I read too on the show. Yeah.
This is not a research paper, Reggie. This is a guide for students that's coming to this class. What the come on, Reggie. Reggie was clip mining the internet. This now I went and double checked to make sure that this is what Reggie had on the screen. This is from Cambridge University, University of Cambridge, right?
That's it.
That's the story.
This is the teacher, and this is her guide for her students to go into their class.
Oh wow, she just right. Oh wow, you know what? I ain't gonna lie.
I can't believe Reggie, man.
When I looked at it, I took him at his word as being a source. Listen to what I'm saying. This is how old.
Reggie. Oh my God!
You gotta know when to pull back. But even in that, it doesn't say what he was saying. That's the part I was struck with. Like it's not even saying even in that, it's not saying what it's saying. It's not saying what he's saying. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, that's man. Yeah, he gone, yo. We got the.
This just shows you what books you should read to be prepared for this class.
It's called the syllabus.
That's the part that got me. I had to come up here and share that, man.
Reggie pulls up the syllabus.
Oh my God.
The silliest bis.
Hey.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, he's officially. Hey man, we gotta admit it, bro. He's on that.
No.
He's officially.
Kyle, you know what's funny, brother?
What's that?
I tried to rewind it back to go to that paper to blow it up on my TV. The funny thing is, once he pulled that up, it wasn't even up more than 10 seconds. He took that shit down quick as hell.
I'm sure he did because the brother, man, I don't want to say this, but I think he may be scamming y'all, man. Because I think
oh man,
I got my feelings about Reggie, but I think he's smart enough to know that wasn't a research paper. And to convey that as if it was some type of Cambridge University research paper, I ain't got no choice but to say that.
Yeah, I mean, he's
it looked like a duck,
and I hope you like
a duck.
Listen, I'm listening to the video, and I can't believe I'm hearing the rhetoric that is coming out of Reggie's mouth with Ashe sitting there, and you don't feel a sense of responsibility to guide this young man in the right direction, because obviously you're flim-flamming, Reggie. If you know science can be used in its broadest sense, then you know what it means in its strictest sense, and you cannot cross-reference those two and use the word interchangeable, Reggie. And you know it because you interject they are doing science. You put the doing in there just before you will say ancient or African science. They have African science. The Africans were doing science. Hey, wait a minute, stop. Wait a minute, is it African science or they were doing science? Because if you say they were doing science, Reggie, I'm going to pull the article that says, look at what African science is. It's indigenous traditional culture. It is their priestlyhood. It's all of this, Reggie, and that is not doing science. So how you equate African science to doing science? That is what I went up on that platform for, because I heard him doing that flim-flam. And that article was a checkmate, and he didn't want that. So Reggie been lying, Reggie been flim-flamming. That's the reason I went up there with the article. Reggie, if you say African science, then you can't say Africans are doing science. That's African science. You're creating a false dichotomy there. Africans do engage in science, but they're engaging in methodological naturalism, the systematic process. If you talk about African science, that's their indigenous culture, their indigenous tradition. You can't flim-flam the two like that, Reggie. Someone with my brain, that's a glitch. That forces the glitch. You can't continue with that babble. That's crazy. And it's disrespectful to grown people like Kyle, Ankh, myself, and the rest of the people in the audience for you to sit up here and think you are intellectually superior to sell us a bag of horse manure. As if what? You can hear the flim-flam, Reggie, from the moment you interject doing, then you understand that science is a verb as well. What you're doing is you're equating the word in its general sense, knowledge, and then within the same framework, you want to equate what they were doing to modern science, but say they were doing science. That's illegal. That's criminal almost. And doubling down and insisting, and then you go into this narrative campaign actually lying about what my intent to bring that article. Come on, man. You got to come better than this, Reggie. That's where everybody's on your head.
So I got a quick question. Cedric and to Brother Kyle. I'm confused. When Reggie pulled that up, I thought he was going to kick some ass because I saw Cambridge up there. What specifically was that paper then?
It wasn't a paper. That's the point, bro. Like that's why I'm so baffled right now. I'm in disbelief. I'm appalled. That's not a word that a nigga really use it often. And I'm appalled that Reggie will pull up a course overview as if it's a source in an academic conversation. Like this is simply the professor giving a guide for the students that are in their classroom of things they should study prior to entering their classroom.
Whoa, Kyle.
You understand what I'm saying, right?
Kyle, so are you saying, like, if I was sitting at the desk,
pull it back up, Kyle?
This is the overview. This is the overview that the goddamn teacher gonna hand me.
Yes.
No, not a test, nigga. It's for a class. Look, man, you playing, yo.
It's like if you finna go into this department, if you finna go into the studies, these are the prerequisites, things that you need to study or know about prior to sitting down in this environment. And it lists the teacher's credentials. It lists the coursework that they recommend. This is not a research paper. This is it says it's a research guide before starting this class. It's under student information for this coursework.
Look, student information about the department. Look, Department of History. Look, man.
Oh my God.
Look. Biographical recommendations. Where to start before or while looking at specific source material of the area in which you are interested. You should also take a look at ancient Egyptian history culture and give you the sources.
Wait, stop. Read the warning.
Warning. The internet has proven to be an easy way for Egyptomaniacs to distribute their opinion and the results of their study of ancient Egypt culture. Offering this of well-known Egyptologists as an error. I recommend webpage. They talking to Reggie. Oh my God.
They wrote that for Reggie.
Ain't nowhere in the world this is going down right here. This is going down right here, yo. What's going on? So,
I think to be fair to Brother Reggie, I think he was so thirsty. He was so thirsty to try to debunk y'all. I think he just may probably quickly pull this up without actually reading it through thoroughly.
Yeah, he's just trying to find everything,
just to try to find something to prove a point. But yeah,
all you gotta do now is, since he already admitted that proto science ain't science,
right?
Now all you gotta do is explain or demonstrate how does Egypt fall outside the category of proto science.
Good luck.
That's all you gotta do, and he's gonna be stuck right there. He can't get past that.
And the same Reggie that says the Greek.
No, you gotta let him get it off. Let him get it off, Cedric. Let him get it off. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm saying he already buried himself, so he can't really get around that. You know what I'm saying? Because I watched what you played earlier. He already agreed that proto science ain't science. He can't go back and change that statement, and you can't put Egypt outside of proto science.
Right? How is he doing it, bro? Yeah, he fought for that.
Man, based on that alone.
Yeah, well, did you look at the crazy critique? One that was interesting, wasn't it?
Yeah, I listened to some of it, man. But now it's all about Galileo Newton was science. It ain't even. It's not even the same conversation no more. So.
Right? Why would they do that though? What's the point of doing that though? That never was the conversation. That was their conversation. Like, why do humans do that, bro?
Yeah, that was a conversation that came way later down the road.
What? And then the guy didn't even say that. Then they misconstrued. I ain't gonna get mad at that. Yeah, I just expected more out of Brass and him, yo. I didn't expect more out of Chef. Yeah, he's definitely ignorant. I didn't expect that out of him. I knew he was gonna be on that. Him and Corey, of course. I knew that was gonna be that. Yeah, I already know they can't do it. They play too much. Even if they knew, they wouldn't tell you. They just like to stir up the turmoil. They're not serious about what we're doing at all. Let me read these super chats. And it's just terrible, bro. Like, I don't understand that. Reggie just committed a pseudocide. Let me read this one from earlier, Kyle. What we have now is a result of processes. Those things they developed into modern science are proto-science, and they were integral in the formation of modern science, but aren't modern science, aka science. Right. Why is that so hard? And this is from Mel. Oh, Reggie's scamming. Scamming.
I want to scam Reggie too.
He is, man. He gotta stop that, man. Scamming in the yard. Yeah, he gotta stop that, man. He gotta relax that, yo.
Why though?
Yeah, man. We gotta all just stop this, man. This is mad.
So ridiculous, man.
It don't even make sense for it, yo. The whole community is wild out and don't understand at all, man. When only anything anybody gotta do is just calm down, bro. It's like the hate, man, you cannot be fueled by hate, yo. It's gonna have you making all kinds of mistakes. Yeah, that get you. Yeah, the mistakes, the hate get you. So this man pulling up, wow. Reese, the Department of History, Philosophy. Wow. Man, he tried to act like it's an article. We need to get somebody from this department.
That's beating a dead horse, man.
Then they making up lies on how people, man. I got a nice little Rolodeck of experts that refer other experts to me. You know what I'm saying, man? Like, y'all act like, get out of here. Y'all ain't got to pay nobody to say nothing. That's the crazy part of this thing. That's the lie going around now. Now it's the new lie. Crazy as hell, man. Come on, bro. Play too much, yo. Play too much, bro. Omar. Oh, what's going on, Blackmail? Scamming on the way to the night. You gotta mute yourself, Blackmail. Yeah, you stuck, yo. We can't hear you, yo.
But mute yourself, my brother. You're mute.
He done in there.
Blackmail, unmute yourself, brother.
What do you say? We have to pay for our chats to be shown. Yeah, man, you gotta. Yeah, it's called support the channel, yo. $1.99, man. Support the channel. What are you talking about, bro? Participate, yo. Don't hate. Participate. Karaoke be leading the way. Y'all gotta participate. You want to add something, Sosa? What you think, bro? I don't know. I thought he was gonna have a nice, healthy critique. He just fell apart.
Nah, I mean, at this point, I think Scott's just trying to win. So, you know what I mean? I'm on to the next discussion. Got
we can't
keep placebo coming soon. I already got it ready.
Okay.
Chris doing a show tonight or what?
Okay. He's supposed to be in McCollum.
All right.
Yeah, I need to get in contact with Chris. I think he's doing a show tonight.
What?
Yeah. We do a show at 8. Trying shows right now. I'm trying to do one after him.
Yeah. Toast the world. Yeah.
Hold on, man. Sabi, Abufo, and Fadisi are PhDs, man. Knock it off.
Hold on. What?
Dr. Sabi and Fadisi, man. Come on, yo, y'all nuts.
Man, bro, don't
that's
don't disrespect African people. I'm saying you just don't do Africans like that, bro.
Come on, man. Those are American homebred. You gonna put them on African?
Backfo.
Yeah,
come on.
American is wild, bro.
Get out of here. That's wild. And Dr. Sabi, come on. Oh man. Don't even say Dr. Sabi. Call him Antonio. Antonio the fraud.
Man, yeah.
Antonio. His name is Antonio the fraud.
You'll say, why TMI keep bootlegging our shows?
Because they can't produce no content, and all they do is give us content. I love it, man.
Arguing over the scientists needing. How did that? Who introduced that? I think it was Chef and them, right? Or how did that get into the conversation, man?
It might have been Chef. This one of them shit. I think it might have been the Chef. Yeah. Because it was. I think
Brad started that conversation.
No, I think it was Chef. He was trying to get back to Ibn.
Mm-hmm.
So he was trying to get closer and closer back to Ibn.
So would they think we're just stupid? So if you say, yeah, they signed, that mean they automatically had signed? They don't mean that either. Ooh. Yeah.
Hey, yo, Ankh, I wanted to say something about that comment about the PhDs.
Because they scamming all over the world.
to me, that's highly disrespectful. And the reason is highly disrespectful because the brother that actually sit his ass down up in that class that do all the years, let alone to be backed up with fucking student loans, paying on shit 20, 25 years down the road, paying off these loans to even get the degree. You can't equivalate that to somebody that's given something honorary that hasn't earned it. I just want to say that. To me, that's highly disrespectful.
Yes, sir. And another thing, this overwhooping your degree status. I am a bioanalytical chemistry. I work within the hard sciences. Right? I'm a lab rat, so I can work in a diverse range of laboratories because I'm trained in applying the scientific method, right? And it's based on the work that the scientists over there in the unknown produce. Then it goes into the hands of the engineers. They produce technology. And then I come on the back end synthesizing the scientific theories with the practical application. Now, that stands apart from my love for the subject and my desire to understand these philosophers. And that's just the passion of the beast. But in a conversation like this, you're not going to use your level of bachelor's to entertain this conversation as a science communicator. And then you're not going to take your engineering degree in floppy disk and make that the standard for the conversation. Like, that is completely disingenuous. That's disrespect.
A little bit different there, bro.
You know what, and that's why I had to stand corrected on a few points before when when Cedric corrected me on a few things because that's something I respect. But the thing is, hold on. The thing is, real quick though, brothers. The thing is, you can have a BA in computer science from freaking 1989 and from a fucking my bad from a freaking floppy, some like Cedric said, some floppy this stuff, and think that it's relevant. It's obsolete at this point. Like I put in the chat, I think I had a Macintosh at that point. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But I'm not trying to throw the low blow at the brother Reggie. I just think that you know what I'm saying. Dealing with certain subjects, if a person has a direct knowledge or a specialist or bust their ass to sit in a class dealing with these certain things, I think we ought to take I mean, not to necessarily say we have to fully believe them, but we ought to be able to close our mouths and able to listen to them without being super subjective. You know what I'm saying?
Let me show
That's
you.
all I'm saying.
Let me show you humility. Kyle, for example, he directly works in water, and as part of, I helped establish the internal water legislation, right? And most people don't understand that within the realm of public health, clean water is the number one thing, right? So your analytics, your integrity, how you apply your skills is paramount. So there are people that can actually lead these conversations by means of our credentials. Yet that has never been brought to the forefront. Not once. It is only in response to that disingenuous position that Reggie takes. Right here, you got two water experts who are grounded in microbiology, chemistry, quality control, and of the highest degree, because without clean water, no society. Yet that position isn't being taken as an authority in a conversation. It's only arguing the data, because that's intellectual honesty and academic integrity. You don't do the look at my degree thing. That's your weaponizing education, and that's false. Can't do that.
Yeah, but I still want to give a shout out to brothers like you, Cedric, who put in that work, you know, but is sitting in the class. But I also want to give a shout out to the brothers that dedicated to dedicated their lives to a certain study that haven't sat in class. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, I'm not taking away from the brother with the degree. I'm not taking away from the brother without the degree. But I think that, you know, brothers like Ankh, ever since I've been first watching Sai, Ankh stood on his ground. You know, he's dedicated his life to these studies. So I think, you know what I'm saying, his opinion holds weight, your opinion holds weight, brother Kayel's opinion hold weight. You know what I'm saying? When a person dedicate themselves to a specific study, depending on that subject, I think it all holds weight. So I'm just giving all the brothers they respect and they flowers.
Yeah, I don't feel like, when you engage in scientific discussions, opinions don't carry weight. Like, your opinions carry weight in like social issues. Should black people be in uproar for other nations getting in trouble, stuff like that. But when it comes to this type of topic, you're supposed to just stay within the academic framework. That's it. You're either gonna be fringe and pseudo, or you can stay within the lines of academic standard. There's no other choice. You know what I mean? So when I tell you what it is, I'm not giving you my opinion. I'm saying here's where academia lies with that. Here's why. You know what I'm saying? And you either have to put your position, you either have to say I'm getting what academia is saying wrong, or I don't agree with academia. And that's how I look at it.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Totally. I can't believe they turned the whole critique into is he a scientist now? That never was an issue. We said that a month ago.
Yeah, I did like the second show on. Remember the first? He just agreed to the retrospective labeling as a scientist. We just did that show,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Now there's another show after we already said, okay, if you want to call him that, fine.
Right. I mean, anybody can see that.
Yeah,
Kyle, do you see what's going on with that? Like, I don't understand why the whole Newton. Why is that so important for them to be scientists? I don't get that. Is it like a trick?
I think that they're trying to find where that line starts for where science began officially versus when the ancient systems ended, and like they don't understand like that's a period of gradiency that happens in academia. Think that when these processes are forming into what we will have now as modern science, far as the institution of modern science, it's not like they had a meeting and they left out a meeting and said, now we're all scientists. That's not how it works. You know what I'm saying? And they're looking for, and that's not a joke to them. I'm not trying to take a stab at them, but I think a lot of people are looking. They don't understand how developmental processes work on that large scale. And I think that's where a lot of people are being hung up because they're like, where did it happen? When did it happen? Because like a lot of times in our society today, we say, hey, I founded my business on January the 13th, 2009, and that's when my business started. That's the cutoff date. But like for these type of huge endeavors of mankind, there's not a cutoff date. You see what I'm saying?
The scientific revolution, if you take it into full account and you reach to Karl Popper, it spans almost 400 years. You have Kant, who's a Prussian. You have the French revolutionists. You have the English revolutionists. You have Spinoza, who is in the Netherlands. You have all of this dynamics. It's a whole, like I try to paint a picture. It is not we press a button and boom, old system dead, new system begins. It is a battle between the old God and the rebellious new God. This thing takes time. It happens serendipity because you have a group of philosophers trying to maintain the status quo, and there's a group that is strictly saying, listen, the data says go this way. We got to go this way. It took over 300 years, and Karl Popper brought it even into the 21st century when he was looking at Freud and said, man, you know you're crazy, right? So it's fluid, and that's human nature. There's nothing that happens like even evolution. There's no direction in these things, right? It is serendipitous in one area, a focus in a completely other direction in the other area. It is war. It is back and forth. It's not a smooth transition. It's not a linear process.
You know, it's like when they like you got a time period where there's no degrees, right? Like in Galileo, no time they had no damn degree.
No,
and so they was
it's a new field. It can't even. How can you have a degree in a field that's being established?
Who's gonna give Newton a degree?
So then they teaching, right?
Exactly.
And you can say, yeah, they was professors. But in their time, they was called natural philosophers. Yo, is this like a tactic? It has to be a tactic or something.
I'm just saying, like,
who was gonna teach Darwin?
The conversation started with like Egypt, the Golden Age of Islam. The Newton came like 2 weeks later. It was Africa. Did Africans have science? That was a conversation. Remember?
Oh, chef.
When True is reading prehistoric science. That's what the conversation is always been about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That there's Newton science that came later, and Darwin a biologist. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Is that like something you do when you think it's molten barely, right? You retreat to a position you think you can argue. They think they can argue that. They can't argue the regular topic, the original topic. None of them can because it doesn't make no sense.
If you did, but I get that, but I have occasion say, you know what? We'll change our opinion on that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think they ain't all on the same page to me. I think Reggie's saying something different than Truist. And Truist may be saying something a little different than Stupees whatnot. I think there's a lot. That's why I said, y'all got like 5-6 different arguments going on. So
that only happened. Yeah, it's very
we've been over the Newton science. That's already been over with. Like, what, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I asked the question in the interview just to ask the question. I got the answer I expected to get. I didn't get a groundbreaking different answer. He said the same thing we've been saying. That yeah, that comprehension is wild. You want to say something, Kayo?
Oh, no, I was just coming back. My bad.
Yeah, I guess it's got to be the comprehension.
There's the comprehension because
Yeah,
he's
but
using
yeah,
Galileo as a
respect to the
perfect
panel.
case. Okay.
Respect, black man.
Respect, bro.
Yes, Cedric. Yeah, even just a while ago when the comment in the chat when the person had Mfidishi and Siba and or Seba, they were. I think that person was more relating to the title. Is where maybe somebody would have doctor. Maybe back in the day, what your shaman or your what we call our, maybe in the Caribbean, Cedric should know that, our people, our physicians or even these people, these fortune tellers, or I don't know how they call them up there, but what do they even call our obeah men and these things? But yeah, right. So
Obi.
yeah. The next thing I wanted to ask still to Cedric and Ankh still, what y'all think about brewing beer? Like
Brewing beer?
Would it be under the scientific method? Because I know it's the whole thing.
Say it again.
Brewing beer as we drink. Yeah, beer. Brewing beer, like we drink. You drink
beer.
Beer. Brewing beer, like fermenting barley and
the fermentation of beer.
Yeah, what about it? What about it?
Yeah, what? Yes.
I was asking you if you all see it as going through the whole scientific method, because I know it's an ancient thing also, and
brewing beer would be a fermentation process.
Yeah, it's a technological process that contains chemical reactions. So it's a technical process that contains chemical reactions. So the chemical reactions happen innately, and it's the controlling of that process, the time of extraction, the application of heat, that process, that systematic process, that's more engineering than you would say chemistry. But fermentation of beer itself is a chemical or biochemical process.
Fermentation. Thanks, Cedric.
So what's my final conclusion there, Cedric? You'd say it's in between.
It's a feat of engineering.
Sounds like it's in between.
Yeah, it's a feat of engineering that harnesses a natural chemical process, right? The chemical process is natural, so it is. So you engineer that whole thing, right? So you're not practicing science because you're not trying to look at the active ingredient. So the people who came up with the concept of fermentation and doing the chemistry, those are the scientists. They come after the ones who say, why does that happen? And they go and investigate that. And they see that the breakdown of sugars and the release of CO2. So when you understand that, the people who started to figure that out, that's where science starts. That process, what you're looking at, is high-level engineering.
I mean...
Yeah. And what do you think about...
Why would they look at it any other way, though? We ever thought about that? Black Mill? Why are we imposing our modern ideas on it? Why are we imposing our modern ideas on the people? Like, why can't they just have their own system? Why is that not good enough? Their own system of knowledge. Traditional,
because
right?
Cedric should know. Yeah, but Cedric, we still in the Caribbean, we still fermenting herbs and these things, and even through a brewer of standard right now, even if you have your product and you're still selling, that's like you're selling and you're not going through the brewer of standard maybe to go and get tested. Even with the whole marijuana revolution right now too, you could see the cannabis. You could see that too. There's that testing thing to see if the herb has any animal fetus, not just fetus, but feces, which is the manure of the animals, those using that as fertilizers and these things. So yeah. I could see the difference between the revolution, I could see it, So
that's quality control. That's quality control. That's quality control. And like I was explaining, I'm a lab rat, for example, and there would be a laboratory where we would conduct those quality control, right? We would run them to a series of essays
Right.
and determine the quality. That is applied science. So even there, you look at the agricultural product, right? That is primarily farming, which is part of engineering technology, and then you look at the quote unquote scientific process that it's put through to determine its quality. That's a completely modern endeavor, right? It is based,
All
that
right.
quality control is based on the scientific method, but it is applied science. The science has been worked out. There are guys in the laboratory who determine what E. coli is. They ran all the tests to know what half-life is, etc., etc. So at my level, I come equipped with this understanding, which allows me to do that job, which is applied science. In that laboratory, we're not discovering nothing new. We're not engaging in hypotheses, and we're not doing none of that in that laboratory. That's a QC laboratory. So that's on a much lower tier
It's just straight
than
testing.
what an experimental laboratory. Yes. Two different concepts here.
Right. Yes. But we know amateurs could come up with a thesis and some theory and maybe go through a whole hypothesis, like you say. And then maybe, like they say, science not just knowledge, but understanding too, because you could have the knowledge of something and you still don't understand what you know. Right, Cedric?
Yeah, I mean,
more of
again,
understanding. More of understanding sometimes of what you know.
In our modern context, the level of instruments that is required to actually produce new discoveries. For example, now they're building a collider for the Higgs boson field, which is another larger collider. A new and modern scientific discoveries are done by a collective of world endeavors, right? So you see what is going on in space. You see what is going on with the Hadron Collider when they go down into the ocean. Science is, at this point, it is really an international endeavor, right? So when science makes new discoveries, it's usually because there's an international body of people doing work. The days when we didn't understand nature, in that epistemic rupture, you see like, boom, new people coming up with all these new ideas. It is because the environment was created for these ideas to come out. At this point in time, a serendipity happens, yes, but it happens on places like CERN, where you have billions of dollars invested in highest level of technology. You have scientists and with PhDs from all around the world. So yes, the days of the autodidact and these discoveries are, I wouldn't say over, but the probability is very, very, very low.
Was that an answer to a question? What was you doing? What was that? Trying to catch up.
I was waiting for you to get to the mic.
Breathe me.
Cedric has a lot in there, it's just to try to get it out. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I got lost somewhere on that shit. It was rocking. I was like, damn. I say, man, what the hell? What was the question though? What was the question, Blackmail? Cedric, what was the question? You was just rocking.
Yeah,
okay, I gotta go back and listen.
It was just the standard, the brew standard I started with the whole fermenting of the whole drinks, because some of us still do that without going through that whole testing.
You got to clip that up and put that on.
Cedric was showing
making a hard difference between
Cedric took it from there and just
and the metaphysical.
He said he took it from there. Made a whole lecture out of it.
Hey, Blackmail. All you did is all you made me do is want to go to the store to get a 6-pack of Red Stripe, brother.
That was crazy up in here, boy. So let me show y'all what happens in the community of ignorance, right? People introduce ideas, all right, that are strange. And we're introducing the idea of literacy and scientific literacy. And so it takes a certain accountability on yourself to recognize that now the reading material is going to be a little more rigorous and less straightforward, I would say. You would have to understand certain terms and certain words, and context is power, right? Context is actually key, right? And the power of your understanding comes through the context of it. And so, you know, you can read that encyclopedia entry. It talks about the history of science, right? And it starts off with ancient science, okay? And then at a certain point, you think the damn ancient science is talking about fully put together science, but then you got to read like 2 papers, you know what I mean, 2-3 pages of an encyclopedia, and it starts saying how it's starting to, you know, germinate, how it's starting to form. So they couldn't have meant ancient science was science. They was talking about an aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't have meant it that way. So the context is very, very important, man. We're dealing with individuals who, one, don't like to be wrong about anything, and 2, have no reading comprehension on it. It happens over and over again, right? Like me and Sos was having a conversation, and I was trying to figure out whether, okay, they're talking about 2 separate things in that African paper, right? And he said something. He said, well, yes, if you say that, then it wouldn't make sense. I immediately was like, boom, okay, yeah, you're right. Because the comprehension is there. But that could have been something we could have argued for weeks if I didn't have the comprehension there. I'd have actually thought I was right. Okay? I know what I was trying to say, but the point was made that there was a more indigenous African science and a modern African science in that particular paper. Both of them, watch this, fall short on being modern science. Now, they put the word modern there for context so that you can really know. But Reggie is arguing that they actually got science. Because if he understood what indigenous knowledge was, he would just say they had the indigenous knowledge. They was able to build pyramids using math, technology, and all that. He would just say that. But he's really fighting for the thing he acting like now all of a sudden, you know, you're right, they don't got modern science. But that's all the hell we was talking about. The argument at that point don't make no sense. That's all we've been talking about. What's up, cool out link with the Malik? What's up, man?
What up? You can hear me good?
I can hear you good, man. What's good with you?
Peace to the panel. I was just saying what's up. Yeah, I was just letting you know. I texted you. We can definitely do that presentation on the DNA thing.
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta let me know what day and date is good for you and all
Yo,
that.
you say you're gonna present it, right? You're gonna present it, right?
Yeah.
Right,
and I had a couple questions myself just to get a little bit more understanding. That was it.
All
You
right.
know, bring something to the
All right.
panel, some literacy.
Okay. Yeah, I appreciate that. Now, how you doing, brother? Good to have you around, yo.
I'm doing good, man. Trying to prep for this kid to get here in August. I got a son on the way.
Ain't no prepping for that, bro. Just had the money. That's all I can tell you. Had the bread.
Yeah, that's
Congratulations.
I'm realizing that.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate it.
And welcome to fatherhood.
Appreciate
but
it.
Technically, are you a father yet?
It's a learning experience.
Almost there, not quite. But that money, real. Yeah, get the money, yo. That's what you need. Money. Start off early with the education part. I think you can make it like a those goobers. I can't think of the name of it, yo, but you can start off right there with one of them accounts showing a little bit of money. Start it right there.
Okay.
Start it right now. That's how you do that. Small amount of money. By the time they get 18, have a nice little piece of bread for their education.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, but so you know how important the lyrics is. Good. You always a part of the conversation. I know you here. No, you always part of the conversation, bro. Yeah, go ahead. Get it out because I know you're at work. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got about 5 minutes to my break over. So, I just wanted to jump in and just let everybody know, keep up the good work. Cedric, I don't got Cash App or anything, but, I can, for the brothers that's always putting up, presentations and information, I definitely, give a little donation and everything like that. So, I respect and appreciate y'all. So,
Yeah, I appreciate that. You can always send anything that you want to send to me, send it to the Cash App. That I know where that money goes. It goes to supporting the channel, getting the type of scholars we got on here. So I appreciate it. And yeah, just either Ankh or Juju, That'd be fine. I appreciate it.
Most definitely. So I'm gonna definitely do that. But yeah, I'm gonna mute out so this way you guys can continue the
It's called
conversation.
Gerber,
I'm
yo.
gonna just continue to listen. If I have any questions, I'll just jump in.
Look, it's called Gerber, yo. Gerber.
Oh, you mean Gerber?
Yeah, Gerber. Yeah, look that up. You gotta start.
Oh, you don't know what Gerber is yet? Oh man, you new to the game.
No. I'm familiar with Gerber. You know, it's popping in my head, the little image of the little baby with the purple background and all that. But
all right.
but as far as the program he was speaking of, you know, I never heard that before.
Yeah, the guy program.
But yeah,
bro.
most definitely, I'm gonna mute out and just jump in when I have a question or something.
It's called Gerber Life, I believe, yo. Yeah, guaranteed life. Yep, GerberLife.com.
Bet. I got it written down. Appreciate that. But yeah, man, I'm gonna listen in.
All right. Appreciate you, bro. All right, we got Tahuti Afar. What's up?
Hey, on that note, I'm gonna fall off and I'm gonna listen.
Oh man, I ain't doing that. I ain't gonna do all that.
All right, yeah, because I gotta go do something anyway. Shit.
Okay.
Peace,
all
everybody.
All right, man. Peace.
Hotep family.
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, I just want to bring up my my initial point that I put in the live chat that y'all ain't like. You know, Saba is it combines two words, priest and professor, which also would combine spirituality and science, and that's equivalent to a PhD in Africa. So I don't know what the problem is. Why y'all don't want to acknowledge the greatness and the scientific prowess of Africa?
I read it wrong. I thought you said Sabian and Infiditi. That's what I thought you said.
All right. You know about
so hold on.
Successful
don't overrun that. Now, let's get it straight. I recognize greatness in Africa so much so that I don't want to lie on it.
All right, brother.
I recognize his greatness and he stands on his own and don't need no European ideas around it. They don't need professors. They need the indigenous words. That's how I feel about Africa.
No doubt.
They don't need an equivalent. For what? They live in an environment void of any of that. Top notch in their environment. Apex predators.
Well, let me finish real quick. Let me move on to other points that I want to make about African science.
I don't want to. Okay, what is that? Go ahead, explain that.
So we had successful C-section operations before Europeans did.
Correct. That's correct. Correct.
Obviously, you know, medicine is a practice that's scientific. You can't really argue with that. That's a process that's scientific.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
On the walls of Combe Ombo, you got a mural of surgical tools. A lot of the modern times didn't happen until, and this is for Europe and America. They didn't happen until they raided the temples in Egypt that belonged to the Kemet. So we got to consider that. They stole a lot of technology, and we just got to consider that.
Okay.
One
second. No, man. No. Let me just say this. So, but I thought I thought people came in and learned. Why they had to steal? I thought they was taught. I'm confused. Thought it was a learning.
So when you go in to learn, right, and then you don't document where you get your knowledge from, and you try to take credit for things per se, philosophy, it becomes stolen. The Arabs acknowledge getting their knowledge from Africans, and they document that. But when it comes to the Greeks and the following succeeding Europeans, they don't. They just take credit for all the technologies that came during the industrial age, and they know that came after they raided the after the French raided the temples in Egypt that were left from the Kemetic legacy.
So, so you must don't read Greek literature then. you just read Blackology. You
So
don't
what
read
what
right?
exactly is Blackology? Are you saying Africana Studies is
No,
Blackology, or
no. I'm saying making that shit up as you go. That's what we call Blackology. You just say any damn thing because
okay? I
you
mean,
gotta
what
read these.
about Stolen Legacy? What do
Hold
you
on,
think about the book called Stolen Legacy by George James?
I
That's an
think
iconic book for Black people waking up in America
no.
and all over the world.
It's an outdated book. Not a good book. Not a good book. Outdated work. It's a pillar though in the community, but it's outdated work. I read it. I liked it,
What
but it,
expiration date do you give on that?
the expiration date is based off of the type of information that's in it that could be upgraded. You know what I'm saying? So I think I want to make sure we're actually on the same page. You might not understand that. So my point is that the Greeks documented when they went to Egypt, though. That's not an issue. I just think we overdo it, right? And if it was a learning center, then people came in. They allowed people to come in to learn. It was learning school. They went to schools, right?
So they were allowed to learn out of empathy, pretty much, and it didn't happen until like the 26th dynasty. They pretty much felt sorry for the barbarians. They
Oh,
kind of took the strategy of, instead of like, you know, playing defense for these attacks because they don't have resources, let's try to teach them how to be civilized. So finally, during the 26th dynasty, they allowed them in, and then they went to the schools. But then over time, it started to become corrupted. They started to corrupt the knowledge that they gained from the Committee U, the Black people, and then now we're at where we're at right now.
So basically, you just say fuck it. That's what you're saying. You're saying fuck it. And
can you expound on that though?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? Fuck it in its entirety, or just in
You
the aspect of Europeans?
You saying you have a belief system that you're not willing to challenge. You're saying that you're tapped into the authority of the elders, of the books that was written in the 60s and the 40s and the 50s and the 60s and the 70s. And you say, ain't nothing else been produced by people that look like us since then that's credible. I'm stuck.
Well, before you get too far gone, Anthony Browder has recent books. He's our Black archaeologist. He's independent. He's been putting in work since that time frame that you speak of, about the 80s to start, to be more specific.
I like Broader, but he doesn't talk about his archaeological finds. He feeds back into the authority. You get that? Like, he don't even educate us on his. He's, first of all, he's not a.
Well, he has a book about survival in America. That's I
No, we're
think
not
that is
talking
the
about that.
second volume of the
We're not talking about
Browder
that.
Files.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about Egypt right now. And I'm saying he uses the authority of the elders. He does not transmit his ideas that he found in his archaeological finds. He does not educate. He's not an archaeologist, but he has been on the damn dig for damn near 10 years or so. Right? But technically, you know what I'm saying, he's not an archaeologist, but he never talks about that. He never educates that on that. He talks about the authority of the elders and what they talked about, Kemet Wise. He doesn't talk, what did you find? And when he did talk about something he found, it wasn't actually published. He talked about some West African motif that was in a thing, but he never says that in writing. And he doesn't really have any source material behind that. He just said it because he did lookership. Right now, I like Broader personally, but he has not broken away from authority. I think he could be a great pillar for this community if he would just knock it off, yo.
Well, he has a exhibit that he has in Washington D.C., the Thurgood Marshall Building. It's called the Clark Enhanced History Project. It has an exhibit, or it is an exhibit that has 8,000 years of African history. So you might want to check it out if you're in the area.
Okay, I will. But are you
I mean,
willing?
I don't.
Are you willing?
What's going on?
I want to tell you that I got all the books that you read. You read this?
Yeah, I read that.
How about this?
I'm not familiar with that.
Oh, John
But,
Jackson. John Jackson.
Okay.
How about this?
Yeah, I love that book.
Okay, so hell, he
But a
published.
lot of the what about do
It's
you
okay,
have
man.
check Antijope's Civilization or Barbarian or
Yeah,
Barbarism?
the blue one.
All right, remember in that book he talks about science and
Mhm.
African science, so you shouldn't be having this conversation. Yeah, you shouldn't be having this conversation if
I
you know
should be.
about pages 282 and 283.
Yeah. What you talking about?
I'm saying in 283 he talks
Medicine,
about
medicine. What you want? You want orientation and monument, the deacons,
yeah.
imperial character of Mesopotamian science.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I want you to acknowledge the fact that he talks
got
about
it. Got it.
optical lenses.
I got it highlighted. Right? You get it? Like I don't play with this. Like I do this for real. Like I'm
So
not
what
here
you
to.
be situational? What you be situational? Arguing and stuff like that, and
Yeah,
they saying just to get debates and stuff like that. Is that what you be doing?
It's based on the situation. Meaning, if they got something that's right, then the situation is I'm a ride with it. If they got it wrong, I'm throwing it in the trash can because I stand on their shoulders. So it's based off
Hey,
the.
but can I tell you
Can I ask
something,
a
man?
question,
You know what I
Doctor?
mean? Can I
No,
tell
can
you
you?
something real
No,
quick before
don't
I
tell me.
leave?
Can you deal with that real quick though?
Yeah, of course, brother. We can deal with anything that you want. It's your
No,
show.
address what I just said. I said when the information pan out, I stand on it. When it don't pan out, I throw it in the trash and move forward. Can you just address that for me? Address that. I would appreciate it.
You throw a lot of things, so I'm gonna address that. To me and a lot of others,
Okay.
you as well as the PKs have thrown out instrumental information specifically that comes from Ivan Van Sertima.
Like what? Like what?
His book called Blacks in Science, Ancient and Modern.
Mm-hmm.
It was bought by
I don't throw
NASA.
that
They
away.
bought 1,000 copies of the book.
Who threw that out? Who threw that out? What are you talking about? I got it right here. What are you talking about, bro?
Ask him a question.
I feel you. And then just
What is
his
your definition of
contributions,
science, my brother? What is
just
your
his
definition of science?
contributions about that
Uh-huh.
came from in reference to they came before Columbus.
So, what is
They
your definition of
his
science?
contributions contributed to them removing the word discovery from record books when it comes to Columbus.
So,
Well,
first of all,
that would be a good point, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be something we should ride with?
Definitely, man.
Okay,
How do
so
you
let's
feel
ride.
about the recent? How do you
I
feel
think
about
that's
the
good.
recent critique of "They Came Before Columbus" that's gaining momentum on YouTube?
No, it's gonna gain real momentum on Saturday night. Yeah, the book was actually it's trash, but that's okay. But it's trash.
Okay, so you hold on. So you critiquing on Saturday night?
Yeah. Make sure
All
you be in
right.
the room.
All right. I might be busy, but I'm gonna be in the chat, the
All right,
live
be in
chat.
chat. Well,
So
I appreciate you. Let my man Frederick got a question for you real quick because I know you want to go. He want to get at you real quick. Go ahead, Sam.
all right, is it gonna be loaded or is it
No,
gonna
no.
be
Hell,
concise and straightforward?
you ain't
it's a
asked him.
straightforward question. I don't want to slow the question. What is the definition of science?
So the definition of science in shorthand is to know things or to know, just to know.
Okay, stop
But
right there.
the long definition is the process that you go through that stick to certain disciplines and principles to enhance your problem solving.
You talking about this book, Shorty? I read it to death, yo. Talking about this, right? It was
Yeah, of
$15
course, man.
when I got it and paid the shit falling apart. What are you talking about? I read this to death. The page is dirty. What do you mean? Yeah, I
But
read
you
it.
know, you got a pattern on these platforms that be debating and critiquing and stuff. You'll go on one platform and say Africans never had science, and then when I'm on here, you talking about you got all the books. So what do you acknowledge that Africans had science now?
No, go ahead, Cedric.
No, go ahead. You go ahead.
No, I'm acknowledging that Africans had their own epistemic regime that formulated knowledge that was par excellent, that made them the standard of civilization during a particular time period. Whether you want to call that indigenous practitioners, whether you want to call that engineer, whatever you want to call it, okay? It was infused with their worldview and social patterns of understanding the world through their own cultural lenses is what it was. It did not need a science. It needed what it had. It needed what it understood to have. So I'm not giving them a African-American thing that we understand and force feeding it to them. I think that to be very disrespectful. We had an interview and that's exactly what the expert said. He said it just that way. He said, he said the world is a very, very unusual place. It's a very, very complicated place. He said, but if you want to understand the people, then study the people. So I'm just studying the people. What you're studying African American Egyptians. Yeah. And that's a whole nother world. You don't even understand indigenous African culture right now. And you won't know it, right? Until you challenge your own thoughts. So I've challenged myself. That's why I read the books. It's right here. I know the mistakes in the work. I see the sources, bro. So I don't play with these cats. I stand on their shoulders, bro. I don't smell their feet. I ain't staring them in their eyes. That's not for me. That's for you. One day you'll get over that. And then you'll say, man, these people ain't respecting Ivan. You're going to say, that man right there, respect Ivan.
Cedric.
Go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I was just
Who are you talking to me? Oh.
No, whoever's talking. I didn't want to go too long. Go ahead, man. I'm letting y'all get y'all thing off today. Go ahead. Cedric can jump in whenever you want. It's a good book to you. It's a good book
man.
to you.
I'm glad you starting to come around, but you still
Thanks, bro.
straddling the
I think I don't straddle the fence. You know, it's not a one way or the other, right? You get that, right? You know, Charles Darwin had a lot of ideas that was wrong, though. You know that, right?
Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something.
Did
What
you
do
hear
you think about?
Did you hear
Yeah,
that?
I heard you, man.
No. So don't run by that. He got more things wrong than he got right, but you only need one good idea, though, bro.
All right, man. Thanks for having me on, bro. I don't want to take up too much of your time because I don't want to get too much tension going or whatever.
No, I ain't gonna get no tension with you. I know where you at. I know where you at. You in the 1940s. Don't worry about it.
I thought I just gave you Anthony Browder's
but
accomplishments that was done in the 2020s.
No, that's
How
Anthony
much stuff in
Browder, yo.
1950s.
Anthony Browder.
Right, so
that's
so
Anthony Browder.
You can't give me my props. You just gonna keep me in the
After I ask for the
1940s.
definition of science and you can't give it, then I know the conversation is a non-starter. You're just having an emotional
Nah,
engagement
how am
without
I
making it
emotional
substantive.
now?
You
And
don't
how
even
is
know.
it
I asked
5
you,
minutes later that I was
is,
wrong about
I
science
asked
and the
you,
definition, bro?
I asked you, give me the definition of science, and you weren't able to. You gave me alarm, blood, some consolidated story, and you're not able to accurately tell me what science is. So at that point, there's no
Nah,
discussion to
hindsight
have.
is 2020, man. You can rewind it back. I gave you two-part definition. I gave you a short answer and I gave you a longer answer, which was still short. So you can change the narrative all you want. I'll see you guys Saturday.
I appreciate you, man. Thanks for tuning in, man. We'll work it out. Yeah, what's up? Do you want to say something real quick before we let Francis go?
Yeah, that's a classic example of the inability to have this conversation coherently, right? And we're seeing it over and over again. Emotional baggage, blackology interjected into a conversation about a universal principle. Either you acknowledge these people, epistemic regimes and the practices within it, or you are trying to practice scientism by looking at these people through a 21st century lens. Either way, you are doing these people are in injustice.
Cedric,
Science is
I wanted to
science is a
ask,
modern
because
concept which is
I
based
asked
in
that earlier
methodological,
on.
naturalism. When you look at these other philosophical concepts, the way they gain their knowledge, you will find some empiricism here, You are going to find some systematic observations there, but what you're not going to find is the mental framework with which they looked at the world. And you know why they couldn't have that mental framework? Time. It took world travel to realize that you're dealing with a world full of epistemic regimes that function. However, when I try to engage with that particular body of knowledge, there's a block because of the cultural baggage. You're forced to develop a universal system. That is called a paradigm shift. We're having these conversations from an emotional perspective, and because of a word that has five prestige, Joel said it best. Without a lamb of flesh.
Yeah, but Cedric, what I asked earlier on, I just remembered. I was telling you, would it be better to just say science is knowledge with an understanding or with understanding? Because just saying knowledge, you could know something and still don't understand what you know. What I mean by that, I'll get to you. There are people who study astronomy, right? And they could tell you everything because they have read books. But can they show you the actual stars and the constellations in the heavens? There are a lot of people that are astronomers, that can show you the stars up there. And there are people who has never been to the school. I know people because I grew up in the Caribbean, I could tell you. We have people that could show you some of the stars and the movements and tell you from the different times when you're going to see Orion or when you're going to see the different constellations, whereas the astronomers cannot even do that. So what I'm saying is, to me, science is not just accumulating a lot of knowledge or gaining knowledge. You have to have the understanding of even what you know, or else you cannot apply it. That's just like people who have the theory and they tell you they don't have the practical. You get what I'm saying? Because even, all right, I'll give you a historical story. Let me give you a historical story of what I even mean, just as an example, right? The story of Alexander, I read that recently in Alexander the Freke, in Civilization or Barbarism, right? Right. There's the story of that they were in some war. He and his soldiers was in some war, right? And the sky just turned black on them. It's like the whole place just came dark. And they didn't know what happened, right, at the time. And they were wondering what happened. They were all shocked, and looking to see, they're already calling all his greats, his tutors, Aristotle and these people at the time. And it was one of the same Egyptian, like what the brother was trying to say. It was like an Egyptian priest, a Kemetic priest at the time, who had to come and tell them, well, that's the time, whether it's the moon or one of these planets are going to block up the sun, so it just block up the sun. So what does happen at that time? That's man accumulating knowledge, gaining knowledge, and even could explain it, whereas maybe Alexander and them knew about all these stars and all these things back in the day, but they just didn't know the movements to say, well, they know today, well, now we could do that, we could predict. And his science, again, could predict, making predictions. So the Egyptians making predictions on an astronomical level back in the day, which the common man still cannot do today.
No,
so it's
not
still a big thing to me, I just wanted to make that point.
No, you went far. Hey, Joe, what's up? What's up, Josh?
What's up?
How you doing, brother?
I'm about sick of you in this conversation, Ankh, I swear. Just let it go. Just let it go, Ankh. They had science, let it go. It ain't gonna kill you.
No problem. Let it go. All right, they had science. They had African science. We eat, that's good.
Thank you.
Yeah, they had African science.
I'm sick of this conversation because I don't know if you're just looking for content or
I'm looking for content.
Say it again?
I'm looking for content and education at the same time.
I feel you had to be looking for content.
No, my content is the education. You know that, right? I have not changed my model.
Ankh, I love you, but I'm getting sick of you right now. You're going too far in this conversation.
I'm going too far? It's me? It's me?
I'm blaming you for this, Ankh.
Or it's the expert?
You could have laid down about 7 lives ago and just give the people.
Did you listen to the interview?
No, I really didn't.
Okay, yeah, listen to the interview. We brought an expert in. We'll have another doctor in tonight, tomorrow.
Jose, you don't think the conversation is important anymore? It's weird out.
No, this my conversation. It's always been this.
Well, listen,
Humble,
I love Ankh, but he's going too far. Ankh, to take this too far.
How am I going too far?
Oh, Joseph,
Hey,
I
hey,
see.
Let alone they had science.
hey, Joe. Hey, Josh. So you basically saying,
Joseph, do you think?
That's what you're saying?
Yeah,
Say it again?
Joseph. Let me
You're
just ask you
saying
a
the
question.
hell
Should
with them.
do you think the flood of conversation should be going on still?
Of course not.
Good
Just
question.
Like Black Egypt,
That's a good question.
just like Black Egypt was solved how many years ago, and people still want to talk about Black Egypt, flat Earth, and all
No, come on,
that.
no. I ain't doing all that. Look. Here's a good question for you. Hey, Joseph.
Yes.
Here's a good question. What's the last thing that African science produced?
What is the last thing that African science produced?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
In modern time. Yeah, it should be still producing, right?
And I assume you have a good answer to that, right?
No, I'm saying I thought you did because you hollering African science. All right, well, tell me what it produced. I can tell you what modern science produced. Like our DNA test.
Everything that you hold there in science comes
No,
from Africa.
no, man.
Everything.
No,
Everything.
I asked you, no, come on,
Everything.
bro. Come on, man.
No,
You know we.
that's my
Francis.
answer. Everything that
Francis.
you deal with comes from African science. That's a fact.
Frank, can you look in the mirror and say that though?
But that's a fact.
When you brush your teeth tomorrow morning, look in the mirror and say, Unc asked me a question. What did African science produce? And look in the mirror and say, I said everything. And then look around you, bro.
I did.
Look around.
And I'm sticking to that. Everything that you hold there
You looked in the mirror?
comes from Africa. Everything.
Mm-hmm.
All those procedures that you hold there come from Africa. Trauma treatment comes from Africa. And if you'd read, you'd know that. They tell you that.
Boy,
that's where they learned trauma treatment.
You know,
that's where they learned it from.
I felt the
Greeks went to ancient Kemet and learned everything that they knew. They were culture thieves. They didn't have any culture of their own. They had no knowledge of their own. They
Yo,
from everyone else on the planet Earth.
Emotional little boy right now. Look how emotional.
So you tell me I'm
he
wrong.
Can't read. So he's reading, and all he's reading with is his tears. First of all,
Cedric, relax yourself.
Non-sequitur into the conversation, showing that you don't have to
act before you have a stroke.
Relax.
You don't need all that little boy.
We don't want to stroke.
Nobody throwing words at people.
We don't want to stroke. Hey, we got breathe.
No, Cedric tripping.
We got to save for humble mystic. We got to save for humble mystic, Cedric.
Nah, Cedric too old for that, man. I'm not doing that.
No,
to
make
those type of comments, you're gonna tell me I'm wrong.
In terms of who can read or who can't read, when you go down that road, you're indicating your emotional attachment because of cognitive dissonance.
So what the hell is wrong with me having an emotional attachment to something?
So if you feel
you don't have emotions, that's your problem.
I feel this way, and that's it.
Then that's your problem not having emotions.
What are y'all doing right now? Let's calm down.
No, we having a conversation. He
All right, let's just breathe. Hold on for a minute.
Let's go down the nigga road if you want to go down the nigga road too.
Hey, humble. We're not going down no road. We're gonna get off the road. Humble.
I'm here, Brody.
What are you doing? What are you?
I appreciate you, bro. You're doing your thing. I love the level of decorum that you're holding right now, because you know how you get, Brody. I appreciate you. I did just want to come up here and say I appreciate you for just conceding to Jose's point.
Yeah, they had African science.
They had science. You said they had African science. That's the only thing. I appreciate that.
But I said that from day one, though.
You did. Even listen. See, you know I ain't want to go into all this, but even in the beginning,
African science is proto science, and nobody want that. Reggie messed it up. Remember?
Yeah. No, because I did see the show where you was talking about proto meaning the first, and you was like people ain't want. And you know what?
What the hell I supposed to do?
I gotta cam up. Now you know. That ain't how you was using proto at first.
There was. I got the presentation.
You talking about the mysticism and the magic. That's why it ain't science.
That's what make it proto, though.
No, what make it proto is it was the first.
No,
what make it proto is not the fact that it was the magic and stuff like that. What made it proto is the fact that it was the first.
Proto means
before.
Proto means first. It means before first.
Yeah,
but it's still the building block. The point I'm making, hold on, I'm gonna land my plane with this. The point I'm making is, that's not how you was using the term proto at first.
I never changed it, yo.
You was using the term proto and equating proto to pseudo.
Nah, I didn't say that. I didn't say that it was pseudo. That's crazy. No, man, come on, yo. Why would I call my ancestors pseudo?
So
y'all niggas is pseudo, not the ancestors.
So when me and you had a
Humble
conversation
mystic, you
about
pseudo,
the
not the
elders,
ancestors.
hold on. So when me and you had a conversations about the ancestors in the community, right? The Infodegis, the
Yeah, they
Bible
pseudo.
Hebrews,
Pseudo.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
then what make them pseudo? Because you're saying they practice science. They're bringing all of that African stuff and they're calling it science.
No, not that. They ain't even doing that. They don't even know Egypt. They ain't even studied Egypt yet, bro.
How you going to say people that been over there haven't studied Egypt?
They went over there and looked at the walls and act like the people that was there weren't the people. That's not how the hell you studying people and you act like the people you looking at ain't the damn people.
No. Now this is where man you be having our contention, bro. Yo,
Do you get my point?
Close to the game, bro. Yo, so you saying that when Ashwar Kwesi go over to Egypt, right?
Right.
He's just making stuff up. He don't know what he's talking about.
No, Ashwar Kwesi actually has been at an archaeological dig in Nubia for quite some years. But he never talk about that, nigga.
But here's the thing.
Listen,
what about the people that sit under Ashwar Kwesi? That's the problem. That's the point you're missing.
I'm not missing the point. We coherent. We coherent with it.
So for example, let me throw a name out there. Baba Heru. Right?
Baba Heru he said the Egyptians had crystals.
They did use crystals. What's wrong with saying they use crystals?
No, that's African American style. That's not Egyptians. Wasn't doing no damn crystals.
What?
It wasn't.
Where do you think? Hold on 1 second. Watch this. So in the Bible,
yeah, slow down a little bit. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Yeah, you gotta calm it down.
So for all you Hebrew Israelites, right? In the Bible, there's a man by the name of Aaron who had crystals in his breastplate. Right? Where do y'all think they got that concept from?
From the African American, Madam Mavelsky.
No, that's not where they got that concept from. They understood. Yo, they had obsidian.
They understand. Go ahead, Cedric.
That's crazy.
Pokemon, bro. Like, what you want me to do? It is a comedy show.
This is terrible, man. He said, Jeezy said Africans had crystals. Yo, what's wrong with that? How was that pseudo?
Because the crystals can help you. Go ahead. My fault. Go ahead, Cedric.
You don't even know why the crystals are pseudo. I mean, all I can tell you, bro, is go back. There's a series. Watch the series. Understand it, because you're incoherent and you're making no sense. Right? If you do not understand what epistemic regimes are, if you don't understand what philosophical frameworks mean, then you're out of this conversation. But I'm sorry, you believe that evolution resembles Pokemon. So no, not me. I'm going back on mute. I'm just laughing. This is hilarious. I'm watching crash out. I'm watching you crash out. I'm watching Jose crash out, because you guys are in an emotional state. You live in a Western world. You live in a Western world. You hate the Western world, but you want to put Western concepts on African cultures. Makes no sense. Their indigenous culture simply wasn't science. It was their system of collecting data, of engaging with their natural world.
And so is that not a methodology, Sam? Is that a methodology?
In modern terms, it's called... Is that a methodology? In modern terms, it's called metaphysical or mythological philosophy. The Greeks.
What you just said?
Wait. I'm not done.
Y'all gotta calm down.
Don't cut me off. The Greeks took it a step further. They developed natural philosophy. Both of these are authoritative, top-down. Human dictate what is happening in nature. Nature isn't dictating what is happening. Methodological naturalism is a completely different epistemic framework, completely total. And that is what equates to science. If you want to say their mythological philosophy is quote unquote their science, which means their knowledge system, you can play with the word like that. But the semantic flim-flam you're trying to do is not relevant. And nobody is relegating those systems. They were empirical. They produced the societies and the civilizations that lasted for over 4,000 years. Why do you need to equate it to the modern concept of science? It simply isn't.
Okay. So now let me respond to you. So number one, right? To say that observation, measurements, and testing, and then coming up with a result is not methodology is crazy. That's number one. Number two, right? Y'all asked the brother.
Slow down. Wait.
Hold on. I'll let you
No,
get it in.
first straw man.
Yeah, man, come on. No, come on, man. Let him straw it, whatever. Come on, let's just talk. Come on.
Ask the brother Jose a question, right? He asked, hey, yo, what's the recent thing or what's the latest thing that African science has produced, right? Now, I want to ask you, Ankh, are you speaking about ancient African science or up to date or modern African science? Which one are you talking about?
Well, the lecture was always based on modern science because I showed the progression all the way to modern science. It was I was never talking about nothing else. Y'all niggas just got beat to that position. Y'all got beat up. Then y'all like, and then I say, wait a minute. Once y'all start reading a little bit, oh yeah, you're right. They didn't have that. And then but y'all kept arguing. You get
the
it?
reason why I asked you that, right? Right, is because in modern science as of 2026, right? There is African scientists with African institutions in Africa. Making updates on physics today. Making updates on medicine today. Making updates on agriculture today. Making on computer science today. Now, here's why this is so important. Because they're using an African methodology of today. And they're producing these things today. So when you ask, what has African science produced today? They've produced all of these things. And they're validated and tested.
Of course, yo.
Y'all see how he said, of course.
I mean, that don't make no sense, yo.
That do make sense.
No, I agree with you. Listen, I agree with you.
Of course.
Right. Are you serious right now? Yo, they got, you ain't never heard of the Einstein program?
Yeah.
That's in Africa, yo. Right. Continental Africans practice science on high levels, bro.
Most definitely.
Right.
So now we vibing.
Yeah, but that's so you thought the whole time I was saying that they was ignorant like Reggie?
Hey, yo, man. He said you thought I was saying. Hey, yo. Hey, listen, man.
Nah, man, come on, yo. Listen, this fun for me, yo. Listen, bro.
Oh, hey, listen, this is why I gotta give you your props. Listen, every time we do this, bro, I always gotta give you your props, man. I love it. I would love to do this more often, just me and you kicking and have our good conversation, bro.
Come over here. Come over here, have it. We can do it.
The most amazing energy.
Yep. Then I stop. I see Juju beat y'all half to death though with poison grace.
Hey, yo, I was mad I couldn't get up there. I'm like, dang, she really handing it to these kids.
Pseudo killer. Do you see this right here, man? Read this though, yo. Not today. Not today, yo. It's called The History of Science, yo.
Hold on, I'm about to screenshot it.
Yeah, screenshot that.
Shout out to Ankh. I also want to give a shout out to Ankh, man. This is a real elder in the community. Me and Ankh talked in the back end. The reason he called me out on the museum things, because man, we talked on the museum. Man, my man gave me a lot of museums to go check out. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna meet in New York as soon as Reggie stop bugging. Yeah, as soon as Reggie stop bugging, we're gonna meet up in New York, yo, and we're gonna walk through. We're gonna walk y'all youngsters through, young men.
Hey, I'm ready, man.
30. How old is you, humble? 30 what?
I'm 33.
Ah, man, you at that shift. You about to shift, yo. Watch, you gonna say, damn, yo, you about to make that change, yo. That's normally when you can start you either gonna get it right now or you not. This year you going through? Yeah. So watch this, yo. Where you at, Cedric? Can you see it, Cedric? Cedric.
Come out of this conversation. I'm done.
No, we right here, Cedric. No, we right here.
Let Humble read it, because I can't do this.
No, we ain't worried about. No, we're not worried about Humble right now. Don't, because you know he gonna mess it up. We ain't gonna let him mess it up. We're gonna let him do it.
You put my readership article up.
Yeah, we're not gonna do it. We're not gonna let him do it. We're gonna say this is a serious read right here, yo. This is preferred reading in our Discord. You gotta read this. Now, it says on the simplest level. Hold on, wait. The history of science, the development of science over time. So it's basically saying it's developed over time. So you definitely can't start with science for it to develop. Now, right here is when the conversation is either won or lost. You either get dumbfounded at this point or you understand. Now, if you don't get this on the simplest level, if you can't comprehend that, let's look up on the simplest level.
In the broadest sense.
I'm trying to tell you. See, y'all think I'm just being funny, yo. I'm not, man. And I ain't listening to Cedric. I'm just saying, yo, if you don't get this, if you gotta get this, here, look, we gotta say this. I promise you, yo. Hey, on the simplest level. What does this mean? See, y'all playing. If I got it, I'll do this to myself. See, y'all laughing right now. I keep getting
get it in.
This how I learn. Call me slow. That's why I beat y'all up at the end, because it took me an hour it took me 10 hours to read the damn thing. Because I start doing this. What does it mean on the simplest level? Y'all got to do this. Let's see. What does this mean? No, what does this statement mean? Hold on.
In its most basic form.
Oh, man. All right.
I'm getting into the prompt engineering now.
Here we go. This how you do this. This I'm going to kill Reggie. Oh, no. What did it say?
Put parentheses on the put parentheses around on the
quotation marks around the
right? All right.
Yeah.
Oh, my thing getting slick. My thing must be getting.
Listen, hey, yo, after this live, I'm gonna call you, bro. I'm gonna call you after this live.
All right, because I ain't talking too many of y'all Negro opinions. I'm talking to you, though. On the simplest level mean at the most basic or easiest to understand level. It means a person is about to explain something without all the deeper details, complexities, or technical language. Mm-hmm. That's what it means. Basic way. Look, in the most basic way, science is about checking claims using evidence. See, that's basic. Right? All right, here we go. So let's get back to this. Okay. All right. On the simplest level, science is knowledge of the world of nature. There you go. So you got to have knowledge, right, on the world of nature, right, to make some tools. Yeah. At that point, chimpanzees are in the Stone Age. They have knowledge. Australopithecines are tool makers. Homo habilis literally means tool maker. Homo erectus made tools. So they had what? They had knowledge of the world of nature. So we cool on that. So if that's what y'all want to say, then we can stop right there. But y'all don't want to stop right there. Y'all want to push it forward, right? And then act like you're not. There are many, regularities in nature that humankind has had to recognize for survival since the emergence of Homo sapiens as a species. The sun and the moon periodically repeat the movement. Some motion, like day motion of the sun, are simple to observe, while others, like the annual motion of the sun, are far more difficult. But the motions correlate with important terrestrial events. Day and night provide the basic rhythm of human existence. The seasons determine, watch this, because we talked about this, the migration of animals upon which humans have depended for millennium for survival. Remember I said that? I said food, clothing, and shelter. So they had to watch the patterns in nature on what these quote-unquote animals was doing. Now, why is this important? Look, with the invention of agriculture, the seasons became even more critical. Watch this. For failure to recognize the proper time for planting could lead to starvation. Man, listen, bro, we don't want to hear all that scientific talk at this point, philosophizing. I don't want to hear you philosophizing. Man, where the damn animals at, yo? Because if we don't do this right, we're going to starve. Now, y'all just take y'all ass to the market and we can get on YouTube and talk crazy all day long. It does not affect us eating. Now, some of y'all be stuck on YouTube and go to work late and get fired. or somebody don't handle your responsibilities on YouTube, then you wilding out. But for these ancient people, on the most basic level, they had to look at the patterns in nature, right? Okay, man. On the simplest level, that is science, man. Science defined simply as knowledge of natural processes is a universal amongst humankind, and it has existed since the dawn of human existence. I'm going to read this again. The seasons determine the migration of animals upon which humans had depended for millennium for survival. With the invention of agriculture, the seasons became even more critical. Not the playa. They track the monsoon rainy seasons. It's say for failure to recognize the proper time for planting could lead to starvation. You don't follow the animals, you plant it wrong, you miss the rain, you're dead. Not nothing. It's oh man, the dang food market closed. I'm gonna go in the morning time. Now you're dead. It's a science defined simply as knowledge of natural processes. It's universal amongst humankind, and it has existed since the dawn of humanity. So is that what y'all talking about? Now, if y'all talking about that, you ain't got no pushback from me.
Yeah. And apart from that, it almost like scientific predictions, it have futuristic predictions and annual, meaning like the moon predictions. Like for instance, if you following the moon.
I'll finish this. You're going too deep. Hold on, let me finish this.
Yeah,
now,
all right. Yeah. All right.
Watch this though. Because it's the end of the readership. The mere recognition of regularities does not exhaust the full meaning of science. Huh? You know what I'm saying? The fact that you can see the regularities does not do what? Don't make that damn full glass. However, in the first place, ladies and gentlemen, regularities may be simply construct of the human mind. Humans leap to conclusions. Man, y'all do that. The mind cannot tolerate chaos, so it constructs regularities, even when none objectively exists. Did y'all see that? The mind cannot tolerate chaos, so it constructs regularities and makes shit regular when it's not, even when none objectively exists. Objectively, meaning based off of evidence, not subjectively, but objectively. See how we define these words, right? So even when something really don't exist, your mind will make it exist. It say thus, for example, one of the astronomical laws of the Middle Ages was the appearance of comets, which is presaged a great upheaval as the Norman conquest of Britain followed the comet of 1066. True regularities must be established by detached examination of data. See that? This is what they couldn't do, bro. See, they couldn't look at true regularities must be established by detached examination of data. You got to move the data to the side. Science, therefore, must employ a certain degree of skepticism to prevent premature with generalities. Regularities, even when expressed mathematically, laws of nature are not fully satisfactory to everyone. And as you keep reading this joint right here and keep reading this joint right here, yo, you're going to end your ass up in science, yo. You got to read the whole thing. It talk about Stonehenge, right? Prehistoric humans, all this. Stonehenge, Salisbury. Y'all think they did that. The Egyptians went there and did that. Funny. The Pythagorean theorem, Middle East, Central Americas. Look, astronomy, intellectual, all this show ain't leaving out no India, America, Middle East, all that. Greek science, the birth of natural philosophy. Yeah. It's all here, man. The Iliad. Yeah, it's all here, bro. Look, watch this. Look, it do all of this medicine. The Greeks had not only made substantial progress in understanding the cosmos, but also went far beyond their predecessors in knowledge of the human body. Y'all don't believe that? Y'all don't believe that they stood on the shoulders of the Mesopotamia in Egypt? Y'all say it out your mouth, but you don't really know the effects of that. Well, I'm showing the effects of that, of having a society prior to you. All right, keep going. Science and Roman Christianity. Boom. All right. Science and Islam. You see where
really fast. Go up real fast. Go up back to medicine. I'm gonna show you where the issue lies. Go up.
It's not an issue. It's not
I'm
an
about
issue.
to show you something real fast, right? Where it say Hippocrates? It just said his name. Go up.
Where?
No, it said the Greek right there. It says in the 5th century BCE, revolutionary change about that is associated with the name Hippocrates. It was Hippocrates that and his school who I can't see that what I say influenced by the rise of natural philosophy, right?
Where you at?
I'm right here, Hippocrates, right here.
Medicine? With the word medicine?
Now watch this. Here's the issue. Because there's something in medicine called a Hippocratic oath.
I know,
right?
yo.
And now, the issue with that is in this Hippocratic oath, they make Hippocrates the father of medicine. Is that true or is that not true?
I'm not sure.
That's true. No, now, the statement though, is Hippocrates the father of medicine?
I don't know. Let's look it up.
No, he's not.
All right,
the oath is named after him though.
I'm not sure. But go ahead. What's your point?
The point is Imhotep, the father of medicine. Why are they not teaching that?
They do teach that.
They don't teach that.
They said he's the father of
That's the problem. But then when you go in the Hippocratic oath, Hippocrates tell you that.
I don't know about that.
Look up the Hippocratic oath.
I don't think it's talking about that.
Look up the Hippocratic oath.
I ain't talking about that.
See,
all right, let's see.
This is
here we go. We right here. Here you go. The list of considered father, mother fulfilled, right? Shit. Military. Where we gonna get the medicine? Let me see if you right.
Medicine.
All right. Automotive. Shoot. This ain't the one.
Look up who's the father of medicine.
Hold on. I just want it's gonna give me a list. Hold on. Let me see something here. This considered. Damn. Hold on, yo. I'm just trying to get. Damn. That ain't the one. Where the hell is the medicine at then? Fine arts, games, military. Nate, this can't be it. Fields. Okay, all right. Alphabetical order, right? Clinical trials. Yeah, this ain't the one because it don't got all this shit on there. Hold on, man. Inventions. Look for the field of medicine. Man, this ain't the right one. I know it ain't. AVG. No. Doing something wrong. Hold on. Doing something wrong. Wait. Man. Cause I don't think it's on there, bro. Oh man, history of medicine. I don't want the history of medicine, father of the field. Oh man.
Share my screen, huh?
All right, I'm gonna show you. You don't suitarize this.
No.
The alarm gonna go off. You sure?
You sharing my screen?
If you try to overwhoop something.
No, I just looked up.
Are you going to Hippocrates?
Yeah, I just looked up who was the father of medicine.
Yeah, but they got what's some common too.
He's known as the father of medicine. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now let's see, let's get down to it. The Hippocratic Oath right here.
All right, read it. What does it say?
It say the Hippocratic School of Medicine revolutionized ancient Greek medicine. Established as the discipline that distinct from all other fields which it had traditionally been associated. The theurgy and philosophy, thus establishing medicine as a profession. Hippocrates is also widely recognized for his contribution to medical ethics. So that's where it get down to the Hippocratic Oath and the Hippocratic Corpus. Now, Watch this. Let me go back here real fast. All right.
I got what I was looking for too, y'all. Oh yeah, because I got what I'm looking for while you medicine.
Imhotep is often regarded as the first physician in history and precursor to modern medicine, predating Hippocrates by nearly 2,000 years.
Okay, I like that.
Right? So why they don't teach this?
They do teach. You just don't understand the context of it.
See, look. Now I'm trying to say they teach it, but
You don't
I just
understand the
told y'all
context.
where they got a whole Hippocratic oath.
Yeah, but you don't understand the damn context. Yo, I could teach you the context so you can spit at it. What you want? So if you go back. Let me show you how I go. Go back to Hippocrates. You there?
1 second, I got you. Yeah. Let me share this screen real quick.
Yeah, man. Share it.
Now let me go back to Hippocrates. All right, bam, here you go. You want me to go back to the Hippocratic oath?
Yeah,
right?
read it, and go slow so I can show you what you messing up.
Hold on, let's see the Hippocratic oath.
What it say?
Confession. Damn, what the hell is it?
See, the father of what though?
He the father of medicine.
No, they don't say that. Read it again. Your eyes, your bias clipped you.
What?
Yeah, don't say the father of medicine. Watch, read it.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me go to the Hippocratic oath right here.
Now remember when you read this, you're gonna realize that it didn't say what you thought it said, and it's gonna fuck your head up. Go ahead.
The Hippocratic oath is an oath of ethics historically taken by physicians. It is one of the most widely known of Greek medical texts. In its original form, it requires a new physician to swear by a number of healing gods to uphold specific ethics standards. The oath is the earliest expression of medical ethics in the Western world, establishing several principles of medical ethics which remain paramount significance today. These include the principles of medical confederacies and
No, that ain't what you read the first time.
That is what I read. No, this is the oath itself.
No, read the Hippocrates. I'm gonna show you when you mess with that. You got it on the screen, and then I'm gonna show you what mine's.
So it's a Hippocrates, known as Hippocrates II, named after his grandfather Hippocrates the first. Hippocrates the first, of course, was a Greek physician and philosopher of the classical world, who was considered one of the most outstanding figures of his history in medicine. He is traditionally referred to as, what they say,
Go ahead.
The father of medicine.
Keep going.
In recognition of his lasting contributions to the field, such as the use of progenesis and clinical observation, the systematic categorization of diseases, and the later discredited formalization of hormonal theory. His studies set out the basics ideas for modern day specialties.
All right, so here, let me share my screen.
Go ahead.
So right here, this is the chart, right? That's the chart. This is the Wikipedia article entitled "The List of People Considered the Father and Mother of Scientific Fields," right? All right. Down to medicine. Right here, what does it say?
It says Imhotep.
All right, then. So what we fighting over, yo? And then look, they give you the BC, then they go to India, right? Then they run it down in here. Yo, that's the proper order of that, bro. There ain't nobody hiding them, yo. Then you got Ibn Sina. Right. These are considered the father of early medicine. Now, Hippocrates can't be the father of medicine for the world. He's the father of medicine for the damn Greeks, yo. You act like the Greeks knew the whole world is ridiculous. You're not putting in this proper context, yo.
So they didn't act like that?
Nigga, they only knew 3 continents, bro.
But what did they say?
No, I'm trying to put you in context, yo. You gotta look. Context is king, yo.
Context is king.
I swear to goodness, yo. If you sitting there thinking the whole world was known during Hippocrates' time, then you bugged out and you gonna mess it up.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
You saying that? So how can you be the father of all the medicine? How? When you don't know about all the medicine? There's people in the Americas practicing medicine, yo. They don't need each other to do it.
Here's what
How
I'm
you
saying.
the father of it? You're not the first.
Here's what I'm saying. There's something called the Aryan theory, right? Which during the 19th century, this is how we really got these Hippocratic oaths and things.
It's right here, though.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me explain. During this time, there was an agenda to wipe out everything black. So after that point,
time period.
All right, gotcha. After that point, we get the time period.
No, what time period is it when they try to wipe out all our
the 19th century.
Okay, yo, we in the 21st. Do you know what time we in right now? Come on, yo. You can't keep fighting like you back in time some damn way, yo. That's the issue. No. Y'all fighting like it is, yo. You fighting like you in the middle. Yo, you not the middle
ages. We got people up here saying
we don't got people saying that.
Caucasians. That's the issue.
We said what?
The Egyptians are Caucasians.
Who? Okay, that's chief facts, nigga. That ain't us.
No, I ain't saying y'all, but I'm saying that's the. And why is that the issue? The issue is because
like this
have people. We don't listen. We don't have people that are actually teaching the.
We do. That's what y'all fighting us on. You fighting like this. Look, Onda Hiro was a Japanese soldier who served as a 2nd lieutenant in the Imperial Japanese Army, World War II. One of the last Japanese holdouts. Y'all some damn holdouts. Oda continued fighting for nearly 29 years after the war ended. In 1945, carrying out guerrilla warfare on Lungag Island in the Philippines. Y'all carrying out guerrilla warfare on our ass. I'm saying, nigga, stop fighting.
Let me explain something real fast.
Dude, I just showed you the sources said completely different than what you said. Right here, it says early medicine. I am Hotep. This is the father of early medicine, bro. Then Chakra, right? That's Indian in the 3rd century BC. Then Hippocrates. Yo, here's all the sources. Go get the sources, bro. That's what I do. I start here. I get the source. Here you go. Mustafa Shahada, PhD. I mean, MD. That's medical doctor. Father of medicine. Historical reconstruction. Man, so who was hiding? Come on, man.
He came later. But
these people came later, yo, but they still considered the fathers of medicine. You can have more than one father of medicine, yo. It's obvious. It's more than one continent.
We got that.
So understand the continent is the point.
Go ahead. What's the point?
The point is you would be lying if you sitting up there saying the Greeks is the father of medicine. That's what they saying. And then you show me I am Hotep. Man, we all know it. It's right here. And they put I am Hotep first. But I am Hotep didn't know the world. Shakara didn't know the world, and Hippocrates didn't know the world. They was talking about they the fathers of medicine in their world, yo. Sina.
So the thing is, so now let's bring it to modern day.
Right. There's no one father of medicine modern day, yo.
The thing is this, right?
What's the thing? What you fighting for now?
It's not even about fighting.
You was fighting for the first. I gave you the first. You got it. Look, I am Hotep. He's late 20s, and you won that. Big up. You got it. Why you still shooting?
All of this come because of this Eurocentric
ideology. No, you in a Eurocentric ideology, and they got it on encyclopedia, yo.
Bro, how many people go look at this?
Well, that's the issue, because it's in this white boy encyclopedia, if y'all want to call it that.
White boy.
So now you end up lying, because the white boy's showing you saying something different. So who telling the truth? So I supposed to believe.
So prior to Imhotep, Africans wasn't using herbs and understanding their environment and taking care of their illnesses. Up to today, aren't there Africans with haplogroup, for example, B, that remain isolated from time immemorial, that are perfectly adapted to their environment and practice medicine? So why would Imhotep be the first of anything? These are philosophically flawed reasoning points. Y'all boomerang your dagger yourself when y'all engage in these conversations.
This confuse you.
You said why would Imhotep time out said this is why you should just let me and keep going back because you said why I just put your source down, take your source down. Let me pull some. Let me bring some energy.
Pull it down another direction.
A whole nother direction, a whole nother. But let me bring some.
I had him, Cedric. I had him.
So hold on.
I had him. He was trapped. I had him. You let him out. Now he gonna fight you. I said put down your gun. We had Imhotep up there first.
Right.
Now he gonna read that.
He should have just stuck with that, right?
Had him, yo.
Now let's get back to Imhotep.
Oh, here we go. See, go ahead, Cedric. You gotta fight this. I did my thing, yo. I had him understanding that. Then the white people joint, they said it.
But humble, can I ask Cedric something?
What it say right here? He's the first physician in history.
Okay, man.
So by him being the first physician in history, how do you say, well, how can he be regarded as the first of anything? Because he did it first.
How he do it first?
Did it first. How we do this first?
He couldn't have did it first.
Who did it before him?
Hippocrates couldn't have did it first.
Not Hippocrates. We talking to Imhotep. Who did it first? Who did it before Imhotep said?
His father.
His father. And his father before him. And his father before him. Like, what are you talking about?
So then why they not mentioned?
You go figure. That's my whole point.
Because they barely got evidence from Imhotep, yo.
My point.
Hey.
Yeah, I hear you, Domo, but that is the point, though. That's the start line. If I can't get him to see that white people ain't hiding that, then he ain't gonna never see it. I gotta let him see it that he like this again. I'm telling you what he is. He don't know it. He gonna figure it out one day. He's this guy. Hyro. Ona Hyro. Oh, I want to say this right. How you say his damn name? Hold on. Owner that. Hold. Let's see.
Another hero.
Another hero. Yeah, yo, you still fighting, yo. He fought for 29 years after that. You fighting 70 years after it, yo. You can. No, you don't.
Yeah.
You don't gotta fight the fight. The battlefield is moved, yo. That war over with, yo.
No.
Yeah, you on another war now. You fighting old with the old information, the elders.
I go outside. Hey, you know how Baltimore is. When I go outside my doors and I see a little Italy down the street, and then we see the little Mexicano down there. Mm-hmm. Hey, where else town at?
You gotta build it.
We gotta walk through the projects and with the Asians on the corner stores and where our Lord join at. So the fight ain't over, man.
Man, listen, man. I had a corner store in my neighborhood, nigga. Don't talk about me. I did it, so I don't know. Y'all niggas should have bought the store for me.
Ain't no bought the store from you.
instead of fucking it up. That's your fault. Don't blame me.
You know we ain't got no sense, nigga. You know we got rabies.
I had the store on Garrison Avenue. Ask about me.
For real? Hey, yo, that's why you look so familiar, bro.
Across from Garrison Elementary Middle School.
Yeah.
Yep. Submasters Barbershop and Submasters, that's what it's called. And then it was a barbershop. And it was a sub shop, me and my man. Yep. So anyway, I appreciate you. I was just trying to get you to the point to realize that. Look, man, Reggie, he having too much fun, yo. Yeah, man, hit the Cash App, man. We had a long show today.
Definitely.
Y'all gotta show us love. Appreciate you coming through, homie. You gotta always come through, man. You can just do a build, yo.
Oh yeah.
Nobody around, just me and you, yo. Man, you gonna do something together.
Bet.
I know you got your little spot. That's cool, but man, you need to do something. We can build. We can work it out. I believe we can work it out without everybody being in the middle of it, yo.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying, without the other bomb squad, y'all ain't even bomb squad no more.
Hey, yo, chill. Hey, yo, that's my bro.
We blew them up, Cedric. They ain't even make it.
Yeah, we gonna hijack Humble.
No, you ain't listen. No, they actually fell apart already, yo. They ain't make it.
Yeah, he ain't even in the scoop, huh? He don't even know, bro. He in the cloud somewhere.
I ain't make it, yo. They started having division because they started probably going back and forth like they're supposed to. Yeah, shit started sounding crazy. I bet on that. It's all good, but we appreciate you coming through. You got something to finish with, yo? Because I gotta get out of here, man. Hit the cash app.
Let me say this quickly. Humble, the conversation we were having, right? I want you to do this. Go and understand what epistemic frameworks are. What epistemic, what the difference is between natural philosophy, mythological philosophy, and methodological naturalism. When you hear the word methodological, I am not talking about the application of the scientific methods. It's talking about the philosophical frameworks. I think you get that. Come back and we have a good conversation.
Most definitely. And said, I appreciate it. Listen, man, my man said be up here sharpening my sword, man. Listen, I
appreciate that, man. I appreciate that.
Appreciate my brother Reggie, man, but I gotta say it.
Yeah, bless.
You're scamming.
Respect.
Reggie scamming. You're causing people to scam it with you. You're scamming. And I know you like scamming too. You're scamming. Reggie scamming. Feel the rhythm in the yard. You're scamming. Moving steady. Moving hard. You're scamming. Reggie scamming. To think that scamming was a thing of the past. You're scamming. And you hope this scam is gonna last. Scamming. Reggie scamming. Scamming all night long. You're scamming. Reggie scamming. Right straight from the yard. Ooh yeah. Scamming. With the reggae sound. You're scamming. I wanna scam it with you. You're scamming. And know you like scamming too. Reggie scamming. We're scamming. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Man, look, I'm your host, Bobby Banger. Stop the scamming, yo. No matter what Reggie say, man, Reggie is my damn friend. But at a certain point, like my son will tell you, cap, stop the cap. Stop scamming, man. You're scamming on this topic right here, bro. As a man, as a father, yo, I respect you all the way. As a museum tour guide, I don't even want to say tour guide because you do more than a tour guide do. You educate them people in the museum. You took me to the New York Museum of Natural History, one of the biggest in the world, bro. You gave me a chance to talk to anthropologists. And for that, bro, I will always respect that. You brought me to Sarnetta's TV. Appreciate you, bro. But on this topic, bro, without a shadow of a goddamn doubt, yo, no matter what you say, no matter how much you say that, no matter how much you talk, bro.
You're scamming. Reggie scamming.
I'm your host, Bobby Banger. I see y'all tonight. We got a lot of shows coming up tonight, man. We not finished with Reggie because he's scamming. And with that, we out.